if I'm on, but Joe's thing. Am I really doing this? Yeah, we're doing it. Yes, let's get it. Another Wednesday, we live. Welcome to another episode of we live, talking shit, getting crazy. Yay! Naksu cow, Naksu cow, Naksu cow, Naksu cow. That means white warrior. Yo, Mo 3 times here. Welcome to another episode of We Live, the show where the truth don't tiptoe, and we always say the quiet parts out loud. You already know who it is. Mo 3 times in the building, and we got some stories for you this evening. Yeah, these stories are going to make you mad. They're going to make you think. They may even make you call in. Speaking of, we keep them open. Our call line number is coming up, 313-825-5557. I mean, that's just why we show up. That's why we just show up before 4 times, so we can do our mic checks and our headphone checks, but she don't care. She don't give a flying. No, she don't. Yeah. So, yeah, you can call that number 313-825-5557, or you can hit the chat, and you can hop in with the JumpOut Gang.
Many people know them as the JumpOut Boys in their city.
More applause. We need more applause. We need all of the applause. Honestly, we do. Hey guys, guess who's in here? It's Love. Say what's up to everybody.
Hi everybody.
Oh, try that one more time.
Hi everyone.
Oh wow, you got like a little echo going on here.
I do?
Yeah, it sounds crazy.
Oh, is it because I have you on my phone?
No, I think it's because you have me on your phone. Or try it now.
Hi everybody. Yes, it was because of my phone.
No, I had the megaphone button on. Say something again.
Hi. It's you, Maurice.
It is. I'm messing around waiting for everybody to get in here. I don't want to start to yet. Kato! Richard Hatcher in the house. Yo, I was talking to Love earlier, and there was something that came over my Facebook. Let me see if I can find it. We were talking about, what was the conversation we were having?
What about the...
Oh, yeah. Somebody posted. All right.
But wait, not yet.
Not yet? You're not ready?
Wait for people.
Wait for people to get in?
Yeah, let me send the link to the chat. They come in.
I just want to hit a button. Can I hit a button? Yay! Yo, tonight what I want to talk about is, all right, so I definitely want to talk about the Kyren Lacy, the whole everything that went down. He was an NFL prospect that was charged with like vehicular manslaughter in Louisiana, and there was a whole slew of things that came out that was negative surrounding his case. Come to find out that he might have been completely innocent. And the real tragic part about this is that even before he could hear the good news that he had a positive, is most likely going to have a positive outcome to his case, he tragically killed himself. So we're going to be talking about that. because it involves, of course, the police department, eyewitness testimonies. We can go into talking about, how reliable or unreliable eyewitness statements are. And we can just get into that case. It is very interesting. I spent like maybe 4 or 5 hours just like looking at videos yesterday about this Kyren Lacy issue. Oh, then I know. Sometimes we get technical, get sad. I wanna have this talk because Love is here. This talk about Ayesha Curry. I want to know if she's oversharing, if she's feeling undervalued, or if she's just plain old disrespectful to one of the greatest NBA shooters of all time, and Steph Curry. We'll talk about that. Oh man, have you guys been watching these? Like every week, it's like somebody is sitting in front of the oversight committee, but just BSing the whole entire time. Exactly, kids. It's definitely. Yeah, and this week's contestant is none other than the United States' very own Attorney General Pam Bondi. Yeah, I don't think what? Scratch that. That's how we're playing today. So we're gonna talk about Pam Bondi, and then honestly, ladies and gentlemen, do you know what I really want to talk about? We're definitely going to get into that Bad Bunny. We're going to talk about Bad Bunny and the Super Bowl. I'm looking forward to it. Are you? Let us know in the chats or in the call-in lines, 313-825-5557. Call in anytime during the show.
Many people know them as the JumpOut Boys in their city.
Or just join us in the chat. I see people in the chat already. Love, are you ready?
I'm here.
You're here? But are you ready?
Oh, I've been ready. I was born ready.
Let's get into that mic a little bit more.
I couldn't fix it. It was dropping. It was about to
It's
fall.
okay. It's all right. You might want to have to sit closer to it. That's all. That'll probably work. That'll probably work. We'll get it right, ladies and gentlemen. I got to do it a lot. She don't want to be here.
I like it.
Sit crisscross applesauce. That's what you do.
How about now? Does that sound better?
Oh, you sound terrific. I didn't throw the 666s up there. I'm sorry, guys. All right, so I'll show it on my phone. This is what I got. Is it? I know. I don't want to. Is it gay for a man to wear a big T-shirt with no drawers to bed? I mean.
So is this an answer? I mean, a question for people in the chat?
Everybody in the chat.
People in the chat.
Is
Fellas, is it gay for a man
Let's
to
switch the
wear...
word gay, because it's 2025. We're trying to get behind that. That's divisive language. Is it right? Is it right?
Oh,
Is it just right? Is it right for a man to wear nothing but a big ass T-shirt to bed, no drawers? Like Winnie the Pooh style. Is it good to go damn Donald Duck style to bed? Is it? Let me know. I think it's disgusting. I think it's disgusting.
You never do
Oh
that,
my
so I didn't.
God.
But I didn't realize that was something that you thought it was.
Like
disgusting.
even when I undress, I don't undress boxers before T-shirt. Like that's crazy.
T-shirt goes first.
T-shirt goes first, and then boxers, and we're naked. I'm never just shirt with no trousers on. That's crazy. That's dirty, nasty work. But hey, maybe I might be the only one. I'm not just trying to say I'm the alpha man out here, but damn it, I don't go to those links. Call in line 313-825-5557. If you're a dude and you've ever found yourself sleeping without no damn drawers on, but with a T-shirt on, then let me know.
Well,
Call
the
in.
chat's not answering, so maybe they want to keep that personal.
Man,
They want to keep that information.
It's wee Wednesday.
That
Y'all better not. You
information.
better not forget. Like, man, wee Wednesday. Y'all better let us know.
Oh, y'all can call in and say, yes, I'm one of those.
Winnie
I would never do
Hatcher.
that.
I see you guys in here. All right, I'm gonna stop hitting these yes buttons.
Shout out to Caro. Caro had surgery today, and she's here.
Oh.
As always, we appreciate it.
Always. You know? But seriously, I'm looking at the chat right now, and the chat's not responding.
They're not.
Ramid, you ever go to sleep? You ever get into sleep time, and you ain't had no drawers on, but just a t-shirt? And let me know out there. That's like a great question. That's a great question. Is there
People
any?
are not gonna tell you.
Is there any dudes out there?
How about
there,
Dad? That's in the chat. Dad, do you ever go to bed? Mom, you can answer the question. Dad, go to bed with no. Maybe I don't want to know that. Hold on, I don't want to. Never mind.
Yeah, you
Never mind.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't feel like telling on Richard Hatcher, but Richard Hatcher might as well damn near. He might as well went Winnie the Pooh it. Yo, cause yo, have you ever seen this show Futurama?
I've heard of it, but I never.
All right, is this show Futurama, and there's a character in there, and he's a captain, right? Yo, and my father had this. He had this robe, you know, and it was up top. It was a robe. He was a samurai up top, but it was so short at the bottom, like his thighs would be out. Like if he like went to bow, like his cheeks would probably be out. That's how low this thing was. It was crazy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, to give you visuals.
So it wasn't a robe. It was more like a shirt.
Love. Let me show you what
Or it was a child's.
I'm sorry. I don't like. I'm all in here. Let me show you kind of what he looked like. Oh my goodness. This is definitely what he looked like.
Oh.
This is definitely what he looked like.
I'm done.
That was
wrong.
him right here.
This is your father.
Yeah, and he was.
So
man, it's wrong for him to wear that and around the house. I'm a little ass kid. Dickie got the little robe on. It's got a dragon here. It's like a dragon. If he still got that robe, let me know, Flash. Call in 313-825-5557. Or Winnie Boo would know. Is that thing still hanging up in that man's closet? Excuse me.
He said, I sleep naked with my socks on.
See,
Laugh
now,
out loud.
I have no problems with that. You know what I mean? That's damn near romantic.
He's blocking all those comments, though.
What comments?
His comment is blocking. He said naked. You can't use that word.
You're
gonna have to take the thing off. This
guys,
off.
I do. I got a
Certain
filter
words.
on. I got a filter on it. You can't say naked. You gotta get You gotta get creative with the spellings. I spell naked NEKKID. Like naked. You gotta never
you
do
can't
that.
say you can't type the actual word. It has to be like something like it so that we understand.
Yeah, but that's right. I don't know if I should leave this up because, but that's what he had. That's how he is looking.
Caro
like.
said Ben never does that. Maybe it is a man thing.
It's a man thing.
Men don't just go.
No man is going.
Why would you? My question is, if you're going to bed, that's when you're free. Why would you want to wear underwear when you're sleeping?
All right, you don't have to wear underwear, and a t-shirt would be considered underwear in sleeping. So you can go fully nude. That's fine. That's going fully nude is cool.
Yeah, but you might get a little cold up top.
Yeah, that's why you got to cover. That's what a cover. And if you're gonna get cold up top, and you're gonna put a t-shirt on, then you got to put on some boxers or some shorts or something.
Why? That's what I'm saying. Why do you need to wear boxers?
Because
it's
Evelyn,
bed.
when I showed you this picture right here, this.
Okay, but that's like a robe you said he was wearing.
Yeah, but you started laughing at this.
Because you said it was a robe, so I pictured this a robe.
Evelyn, if he had proper pants on, would you laugh at that picture? It's kind of ridiculous. If you think about this,
to bed.
hold on. If you think about this guy is wearing nothing but a top. This is nothing. This would be just tucked down in pants. He's wearing boots, but I mean, he's wearing no bottom. He's wearing no drawers.
Women do this all the time, by the way. They wear a long shirt like this, long.
This is what I deal with.
And then boots.
That's cool.
And that said.
Do guys do it? You ever see a dude rocking this with some Timbs?
Oh my God. Your mom said ball butt naked. Naked. They still don't want to show her comment though. I don't know why.
I think you're the moderator. I think you can push them through.
I did. It says show, but it won't show it for whatever reason.
Spell naked NEKKID if you're gonna say naked.
She put NUKETT.
Naked.
And it's still it asked me to show it and it's still not showing it.
Oh my God, I do not like my First Amendment just being broken like that. Let the children go. Disgusting. Yo, there should be no reason why a man would just be...
I just took the filter, so you should be showing everything.
Like, how's that? Is there anybody out there that just wears top and no bottoms? Like, women can do that. Women can do. Y'all can
Well,
get
why?
away with a lot of stuff
Okay, but
fashion-wise.
explain what the difference is.
All right, so the different, I don't know, because I'm not a woman. I don't know how it feels for you to just wear a t-shirt and no bottoms. I don't do that. And the reason why I don't do that is because I feel like it probably not feel natural to me. It just does, it feels counterintuitive as a man to just throw on like a shirt with no drawers.
It doesn't work for you?
Now, like back in the day, they had those long nightgowns, and you're just in your whole long nightgown. It's kind of like a robe, basically. It's like a robe, but it's sewed up. Your robes, cool.
So if it's something long, it's cool.
Yeah, and that robe has to go past your knees. If we're a
So
dude, like
that's
at least to
robe
your
was
calf,
is
like a
disqualified.
3/4 length or
His
something.
Chinese robe was disqualified.
Oh my
for
god,
sure.
I wouldn't even count that as a robe. That was like a I don't know, a frock.
He
Can we
said
call it
that
a
you
frock?
wear booty chokers.
Who had booty chokers?
That's what your dad said. You wear booty chokers.
You wearing booty chokers? I can't. First of all, oh, you did.
You're gonna be able to see. I took the filter
Yeah, now you
off.
took the filter off.
Yeah, I
Because booty
did.
chokers should really not get through the chat.
Oh
That's
no,
what
we're
I'm
gonna
saying.
let all this go in. Don't worry about it.
No.
You all can say whatever you want now.
Hate it.
That's how I feel about that.
Well, when did you wear these booty chokers that he's talking
I've never
about?
worn any booty chokers.
Uh-oh, that's not what your
and
dad's saying.
if I did as a kid, he was responsible. Buy your son some pants that fit. That's all I'm saying.
Wow.
I wasn't no responsible. No responsible. Right? Is that what I'm
The
saying?
granny
Right?
nightgown.
Oh yeah, you can always granny nightgown it. You can granny nightgown it, but I'm just saying you cannot wear. I don't know. Dude wearing t-shirt. Am I spelling this right? T-shirt and no pants. Like,
I guess it depends on who it is.
look, he's got boxers on. Boxers, cool. I've been in that position, like sitting in. I don't want to mess up my dress pants. You know, I'm home on a lunch break or something. Boom, I'm just sitting there right there. Right? No top, bottoms, cool. But this guy right here.
He has underwear on. He just has the tighty whities.
All right, so you could do that. You could do that. There, you don't see even in here when I Google search for this, you don't
It's not
see no
even a
man
thing.
doing it, and that's why I say I take the gay word out because I don't believe gay dudes would do that either.
You don't think any
I
man
think
would?
any man would never do it.
Okay, but are you protecting something? Is that
I don't
what it
think
is?
Brittany Griner would walk around the house
She doesn't
with a
have
t-shirt.
Well, my question
and
is it a masculinity thing or are you protecting the goods? Like what is the reason?
I mean, if you're not wearing, if you sleep naked, it's not even about protection. It's just like, I just think it's just a natural, guttural faux pas of the DNA for a man, for a masculine, to wear, no drawers and a t-shirt to go what they call Winnie the Pooh style. You see that?
Winnie the Pooh is all the way on top, so you literally.
That's crazy. And you know what?
That's-
I'm not even gonna lie. Why I'm looking at this,
That's a crop top.
I'm an 80s baby, all right? My Winnie the Pooh, his shirt was a little longer.
Was
The
it?
Winnie the Pooh shirt is going up more and more. Yeah.
So it's now a crop top. Where
They
was it
damn
before?
near-
Because I don't remember it being any longer. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah, I
you might be
know.
right. It was all up it. But look at that. What dude wants to be just sitting there Van Damme with his hand in a honey jar?
That's
Like,
it.
that's crazy.
No, you was a grown ass man wearing booty chokers with sanders.
With
Sanders or sandals?
Come on, man.
Oh, he probably means sandals.
With some Dion's, with some diamond turfs on.
Oh, Sanders. Oh, with the Sanders.
He's making
You
up
was wearing
stuff.
booty chokers?
No, I ain't wearing no
Oh
booty
my
chokers.
goodness.
Yeah, I do got some hoochie daddy shorts that I like to wear. They're so comfortable. You know the brown ones? The tan ones I like to wear? They come up. They come up above the
Yeah,
knee.
but he said booty chokers. Those are like.
Those aren't booty chokers. I've never worn any booty
Well,
chokers.
I didn't know you then, so that's spilling all the beans.
Like, I got compression shorts, but
Spilling all the beans.
I would never do that.
Drawers or no drawers, that's right. Underwear or no underwear?
You ever wear a suit, like church pants with compression shorts? Oh, no. Any guys out there, you ever done that? It's very slick. You're going to be aerodynamic. I'm just letting you know out there. All right, to remind you guys, our show, we're going to be talking about Kyren Lacy being innocent. We're going to talk about the battle of the Vans. Van Lathan versus Van Jones. You know, you guys remember I did a show called Van Jones. Van Jones is a. I called him a because Van Jones be acting like a all the time, just with his self. I tried to make that work with the. I tried to make it work with it. I don't know. I have no idea. All right. Let's get into Kyren Lacy. What do you think about that, Love?
Sure. I thought we were gonna do all the other stuff first. But whatever you want.
Seriously?
You are.
I mean, I did the whole show thing in order of how we're going to do the show.
Yeah, but I wasn't here, so I didn't know how. But go ahead. You do what you're gonna do, and then we talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Makes sense. Give me a second. Oh yeah, I love doing this. Drum riff. Talking shit, getting clicks, Mo 3 times, and love in the house this evening with us. Please, if you have the means to do so and the gumption, call in 313-825-5557. We live. There is no we without you. And if you don't believe it, the children are gonna tell you.
I just want to clarify something.
Clarify.
Dad said that he was not saying Sanders. He was trying to say sandals. You were wearing booty chokers with sandals.
Yeah, that's
with
what I figured.
chanclas. And then he said booty chokers as the stove scrambling eggs.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
He's so disrespectful.
He is disrespectful. All right, can you type this in the chat for me back to him?
Sure.
Because we all know that I got a picture of Flash wearing some Lululemons with the boots that zipper up from the side.
Oh my
Straight
God.
up. Suede.
No, you don't. I don't believe that.
Suede.
No, you don't.
And first of all, it's kind of blasphemous because he was mixing his materials there. You can't be wearing suede, silk, nubuck, and what's the? I don't even know it. Tweed. That's what he had. And y'all know it's true. I just named out all of Richard Hatcher's favorite fabrics and textures. He loves all of them. Yep. He had on some leather Lululemons with some chukka boots that zipper up from the side, the inside. You know what I mean?
I know. Mom said, is he throwing hints that he needs night clothes? I don't know, but maybe that's what he's doing.
No,
Maybe he needs some pajamas, some pajama sets.
No, I wear some part-time drawers. I call them my part-time drawers because they don't get a full day's of wear.
I buy him. I always for
and
Christmas.
I don't sleep 8 hours.
I always buy him pajama pants. Everybody, all the men get pajama pants.
Yeah, and I'm about to pull them out. I'm about to pull out my pajama pants box because that's how I live. Oh my
Yeah, that's
God.
your life
Yo,
in
this
winter.
mosquito sitting here right now. He looked like Wembanyama. Long legs. All right. So, you guys know, I want to talk about Kyren Lacy. Let's do it. All right. Here he is. He was a wide receiver for LSU. He was an NFL prospect. If anybody watched the Monday night game, Ryan Clark had like a special message for him and his family because Kyren Lacy is dead. He killed himself. And a lot of people believe it was because he was stressed and grieved over him being arrested and charged with vehicular manslaughter stemming from a fatal car accident that happened in December of late last year. So basically, he should have been in the NFL, but instead, he's just a name we say with heartbreak right now because back in December of 2024, a fatal crash in, it's hard, Lafourche Parish, Louisiana. So the Lafourche Parish in Louisiana claimed the life of 78-year-old Herman Hall. I think I might have a picture of him. Here's a picture of the car accident. I'll throw a picture of Herman Hall over here. The reason why I'm putting him here, he's a former Marine. It's a big picture of him. He was much beloved in the community. That's what I got from like the research I did in the local news. A lot of people out there really had a fondness for this guy. So it makes it that much more tragic. All right, so basically what happened is the rising LSU wide receiver, he was accused, he was arrested, and he was charged with reckless operation, felony hit and run, and a negligent homicide. The cop said he caused this accident, and the media ran off with it. I remember hearing things on like ESPN and seeing stuff on Instagram about it, and seeing this photo and seeing that he was charged a month ago. All right, but here is what they're not showing you. What they don't show you is that there is a video out there that Kyren's car was exactly 72 yards behind the crash when it happened. And that video kind of clears him. So we're going to have to ask some questions of why did he get all the charges while the real driver only got a citation. And then we'll have to ask why the LaForce Parish officer allegedly misled witnesses, and why wasn't this cleared up before Kyren decided to commit suicide in April, just days before the grand jury's review. It's sad, but let me show you. Let me show you what's going on here. All right, so just a couple of days ago, the Louisiana State Police released footage of a fatal crash that led to the arrest of Kyren Lacy. All right. What I'm going to be doing is I got about a couple videos that we can watch through, and I'm just going to show you just the expertise and the technique that the state of Louisiana pulled on this guy. And I got to be 100% like 100% with you. While I was looking at this case, I examined it. I was like, all right, remember they charged him with hit and run. Now we got a video, and this video actually shows that, hey, he was in his right lane of traffic, and what I would consider a decent amount of time before that accident even happened. And we're going to find a lot of inconsistencies with the with what the law enforcement is saying and what eyewitnesses were saying about what took place on that day in December of 2024. Okay, so there are two videos that are out. There's this video that I'm showing you right here. And this is a video that was released by the Louisiana State Police. There is also another video that has been making the rounds by Ory Law Group, Ory Law Group, O-R-Y, and the attorney is Mr. Ory himself, and he was Kyren Lacy's attorney. He does about a 44-minute, just under an hour interview, and he goes to the news stations, and he's talking to the interviewer, and he's basically laying out the case of why Kyren Lacy was actually innocent. I can tell you from observations that this lawyer speaks with a passion. He speaks with that he knows exactly what he's talking about, and just body language wise, you can see that he is totally convinced himself that Kyren is innocent. It's more than just him doing a job. All right, I know I'm long-winded. Now let me bring this up. There are some things about this case that don't mesh together. The state is charging that Kyren Lacy's green Charger is in the passing lane, passing in the opposing lane, and that's when a gold truck abruptly veers while the Charger is approaching in the same lane. What I will do for you guys is I will put these links so you can watch the videos yourself. I really don't want to show all of the traffic accident. You're going to be able to hear it, but let me start right now.
A portion of the crash can be seen as it occurs. Moments before the crash, the gold pickup truck abruptly veers out of the northbound lane into a business, while the green Charger is approaching in the same.
Let me make this bigger for you. Here we go. Here we go. Take it back a second.
Pickup truck abruptly veers out of the northbound lane into a business,
You can see
while the
stop.
green Charger is approaching in the same lane. Immediately
his
after
lane.
the crash occurred, The green Charger was observed on surveillance video and by witnesses traveling through the crash scene and continues north on LA 20, failing to stop. At the same time, all other vehicles remain at the scene to provide assistance.
Can you show it one time? Did you guys hear now this is his green Charger up here.
Definitely heard that.
We heard the impact. Where's the green Charger?
Right at the light.
And he's in his normal lane. He's actually behind the car, right? That's what we're seeing. But still, they're saying that he made a lane change, which he did. He does. He makes an illegal lane change. He really does that. He passes like 3 other vehicles plus an 18-wheeler, gets back in his lane, and gets back over in his lane moments before the accident. And that's why there's a case right now. All right. So the defense is going to argue that he was actually back in his proper lane, and he was actually 92 and damn near a half yards away, and before the accident took place. I'm gonna play it for you right
But
now.
isn't that obvious?
He was back in his lane of travel, 92.3 yards. Back in his lane, behind Mr. Hall. At the time of impact, he's 72.6 yards behind the vehicles at the time of impact. Keyword, behind the vehicles.
Right? All right. So, Love, you made a very good question. Like, isn't it just obvious that this is what it is? I agree with you, a whole 100%. Now, there are some things. He did make an illegal, he passed up 4 cars illegally in a 40-mile-per-hour zone. There's going to be more evidence in here. I could probably
That still
blindfold
doesn't
this
make
case.
him
But listen to me,
blame.
listen to me. In Louisiana, that action being so close to the time that the accident happened, even if he wasn't involved in the accident himself, could make him there you go, culpable for that accident. Could make him definitely responsible for causing that accident. Okay? That's what it says. Even civilly, if there's some cars, he may not be the number 1 car charged because it goes by a percentage. So say the verdict is you got to pay the victim $10,000. He might only be charged with 10% of the reason for that accident, and they're going to only charge him like $100. I'm just using quick, easy maths. While the person that was driving the Kia would get a $600 fine because she was more, and then the guy driving the gold truck would get $300, like that. That's how they do it. All right. The other reason why I'm showing this is to let you know that even with all of this evidence that his lawyer is presenting, that we're looking at, and we can clearly see that, hey, he was back into his vehicle, he's back in his lane before the car crash and everything like that, it still was the Louisiana State Police officers that released this video days after knowing all of this information. So the defense is already clear. Kyren Lacy is not even here anymore, and it still seems like they're pursuing this case, which I find...
That is not how this story was ever painted.
There we go. We episodes. All right,
Never.
I'm gonna bring up some more videos
Any
now.
part of the...
One more parts. Oh, you know what? I can do this. This is what I'm gonna do. I can leave that on top of there and make this work in real time. All right, now next. I got just a couple videos. These aren't long. They're all like the ones I just showed. All right, so nextly, they're gonna say, did he stop? So the LSP video right here is going to say that they're going to say that the Charger travels through the crash scene and continues north, failing to stop. Let me get it off of that. Let me put it right bam here. Matter of fact, give you that one, and I'm going to hit play.
At the same time, all other vehicles remain at the scene to provide assistance.
insane, right? So they saying that he didn't stop. He did slow down and looked like he slowed down and then he went around the accident. Is he, and this comes into another questioning with the charges that he got, because if he is the cause of the accident, then it's his responsibility to stop. Stop and wait. So since he was being charged with, being responsible for committing this accident, if he left the scene of the accident, it seems like he didn't stop and he just kept going, and then it's going to look weird. Also in this video, I'm going to note, because I don't believe I have it in my clips to play, and this video does say this. Listen to me clearly. Because halfway through before I got through with the attorney, his defense attorney's video, they had me thinking on a way, because they say 10 minutes after this accident, Kyren Lacy drives up the road, and his first call is to a personal injury / defense lawyer. Right? It looks kind of crazy. It looks like, hey, he thinks he was responsible for an accident, and he's trying to get the law so he can cover himself and keep his rights and everything like that. But that could actually, people could actually look at that as him
protecting himself.
Not protecting him, not only protecting himself, but it's kind of like, when they're like, oh, he lawyered up because he's guilty.
Oh my God, so people that lawyer up are guilty?
Right, but you could intimate by him going past the accident and then going up the road to call a lawyer that, hell, he might think he might be in trouble and he has to call somebody. By the way, he was on his way to football practice before this accident took place. But this is what the LSP video does show. All right, in return...
Or perhaps can I say this real quick?
Go for it.
Or perhaps he called a lawyer because he saw, oh shoot, I just hit, I just did a hit and run, and maybe I should call a lawyer because perhaps I was involved and I'm not sure. Maybe that's why?
Yeah, I get that.
Maybe it doesn't mean that he's culpable of whatever happened, of the death, but maybe
I mean,
just, maybe I'm involved in this hit and run and I don't know it.
I mean, just to save a little grief here, I will skip to the last page of the book and let you know that my opinion is that he is not responsible for this accident at all.
After your whole investigation.
At all. And honestly, the call to the lawyer is still an iffy thing to me. I don't totally absolve that. Maybe he would have thought, and just out there, if you're out there and you think that you call it an accident, it's probably in your best bet to, stay at the scene, work it out with police, and then take it from there. This might not have happened if he did that. But
we also know that people get nervous and don't know what to do and freak out and leave. I mean, that happens.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Or people stay there and freak out and just start lying.
That too, but I'm saying in this situation,
people freak out.
He obviously left, so I'm thinking, well, maybe he got nervous. He's a young kid, like maybe he never experienced this before. Right. I mean, everybody reacts different. Now think of this as a cop on a cop, buddy. Because in this video it will show like all the accident, the victims of the accident, and it further made me understand like, oh man, maybe these police officers were just, trying to do their job and they were following up on what the witnesses say, because most of the witnesses, from the guy driving the 18-wheeler truck that he had passed, to the lady that was in a car accident head on with Mr. Hall, to the guy that was driving the gold truck, they were all saying, except for the guy that drove the gold truck, they were all saying that the green Charger caused the accident. A truck driver who could probably has a better vantage point of seeing everything, ultimately he probably gave the worst information to the police officer, and that also calls into witness testimony, which there's been studies about, witnesses, their accounts of things, and that you can't trust your eyes, basically. Not only that, but even their memory. They'll give 20 different stories.
You're
they don't really
exactly
remember.
Right. And with that, I want to just go with the lawyer's reply to did he actually stop?
The collision, which we're going to know is vehicle number 2.
Video is...
I was going to say CC cam is the best.
Oh, yeah.
From oncoming traffic colliding with the vehicle of Mr. Hall. You will see another vehicle come to a stop, and then you'll see Kyren Lacy come to a stop.
Now, I don't think he comes to a stop fully. He kind
So
of
as
slows
we've
down.
seen the video,
crawl.
it looks like the impact happens, and then Kyren Lacy is behind him. How far away was he from there?
Well, yeah, that's the beauty of the investigative report that I now have my hands on. We know from data that Kyren Lacy did, in fact, pass 4 cars. There's no disputing that. Further north, Kyren Lacy passed 4 cars. However, he was back in his lane of travel, 92.3 yards. Back in his lane, behind Mr. Hall.
Did you know this?
Mr. Hall is the gentleman that passed, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
And,
So,
can I ask you one more thing? I'm sorry.
Sure.
Which car was he driving? The Mr. Hall,
I believe he was driving the gray car
the one that
you see it
like
bounce
this?
up.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Now, this is important because there's also another Louisiana law, and it's kind of weird in this case because technically, well, not technically, he was actually illegally passing. Like, he was double line passing. He passed 3 vehicles, tractor trailer, and he seemingly, to me, got back in his lane and wouldn't have been the cause of the accident. But there are a specific amount of feet that you have to be back, so that you will not be responsible for causing that accident, especially when passing. And I believe it's got to be, I think, like 100 feet or 100 yards or something like that, which is a big difference.
They just said 90 something, right? No, feet. He said yards.
Yards. It was
Okay.
92 yards that he was behind there. So I think it is actually in feet, but he was way behind that distance. So yeah, that's another thing, even with that. All right. And then finally, they're going to talk about the gold truck action, and we're going to talk about the witness credibility. The LSP states that the gold truck veers right to avoid head-on collision, and the LSP calls it an appropriate response by the gold truck. I'm going to throw it up there for you guys to see it.
Truck veered right. The driver of the Kia Cadenza saw the approaching green Charger. In reaction, the Kia Cadenza driver swerved left into the southbound lane and impacted a northbound Kia Sorento. Through the investigation, troopers determined that the driver of the gold truck reacted appropriately to avoid a head-on collision with the green Charger, which was approaching at a high rate of speed.
I can't believe that in this day, this is the best camera they have. That's pretty amazing. With having cameras everywhere, this is the best they found?
There is another camera angle from the other view, so you're going to...
Because that would be helpful.
Well, then you get traffic cam, right? So now, and I wasn't going to play all this. I was going to leave the link for you guys, but this is a very good part, and this actually goes into what I'm saying about witnesses and how they witness things. Let's check it out real quick.
And after instinct to turn, and then she had no hit head on.
Did you see a green Charger flying that way? A green Charger that going that way?
There was a green Charger
That's a green Charger
caused all this.
SRT8. He
sorry,
caused
guys.
all that. He went to pass the cars way back there, sir. I'm done 18 wheels.
The green Charger collided with these cars.
He went right between.
He went around that truck, okay?
He was passing up
this
with
way.
her right now.
And she had no choice. She hits the pole, she gets this.
How are the injuries? What
She
are they?
got a broken
She got a
ankle.
broken ankle.
Them two
Yeah.
are
Those two are
complaining about back injuries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was on the phone with 2 back injuries, 1 broken ankle.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually let this play for a minute because you're gonna actually hear from the lady that was driving the Cadenza.
I just told him not to move. You know what I'm saying? Me being with my partner.
You said something about a green Charger. Who told you something about a green Charger?
I'm done 18 wheels right there, sir.
Okay, so you
Yeah, so the black guy wearing, alleged black guy, it's a black guy. He's wearing the Houston baseball T-shirt. It was the driver of the 18-wheeler. I would think that he would have the best vantage point of everything. He did. You can actually see from that gas station camera, you can see the green car passing 4 cars plus the 18-wheeler and getting back into traffic shortly before the accident taking place. But you would think that the guy driving the red 18-wheeler would have had a great vantage point. But just listen to how he explains what he witnessed to the police officer.
you saw it.
I saw it.
What did you see happen?
He went to pass him. I say when he went to pass me cars back there. He was back there around the around the curve, all right?
Okay.
All right. Hey, he come down, right? When he come down, I got Mr. He had his brother that he was taken to the emergency room, to the hospital or something like that, chemo or something like that.
All right.
But I got his number also.
All right, so right now it seems like he's saying that the person who was driving the gold truck that's also involved in this accident has left the scene to go take a family member to a medical appointment right now. So, I mean, the gold truck. Oh, and by the way, the gold truck wasn't where my cursor is. If you guys can see my cursor right here, the gold truck would have pulled over to the right here.
But he wasn't involved in the actual accident. He just witnessed it, right? He wasn't hit.
He was not hit, but he was right in front of this car that was hit. It's going to be important later because we're basically going to find out the lady in the Kia Cadenza was heavily tailgating the gold truck. Not only that, and this is what I suspected in the beginning. I was like, yo, it seems like she was tailgating, and he kind of like whipped around and she panicked. Yeah, so the gold truck, which would be an incredible witness to this, is not actually there. We're going to find him a little later on. But just listen to the rest of this witness.
To verify this, because he was the car that was in front of her. When that green Charger came, he went caused this whole big traffic, so everybody went to hitting brakes. Because the Charger, I thought he was hitting the gold truck head on. So he jammed on brakes. She was coming down. They was going that way. When I saw...
Which way was the Charger going? The Charger
going this way.
Going this way, okay.
She was coming this way.
Okay.
They was going this way also. Mr. jammed on brakes. She went to dodge Mr. And that's when she came on.
I was by the gas station.
Now, what he doesn't say outright is that this is where she came and turned into oncoming traffic. She turns into oncoming... Ladies and gentlemen...
But she was scared. That was her reaction.
There you go.
So in reality, she caused the accident. But she was scared.
Exactly.
That's truly what happened.
Exactly. Now, still, Louisiana law, if that man is really coming at her and gives her a reason to actually, be scared and cause an accident, he could still be responsible for the crime. And that's why the lawyer is everybody's car. If you got a new car, a newer car, you have a little black box, kind of like the black box on a jet. It records the speed, the braking. If you use cruise control, gas levels, it records a whole bunch of stuff that's going on with the car, and it could tell, the moment of impact and everything like that. And the lawyer for Kyren Lacy was able to gather all of that data, find that everybody damn near on that road was speeding because it was a 40 mile per hour road. I mean, criminal, but that's everyday thing. Everybody speeds on 40 mile per hour roads, but everybody was averaging around 49, 50 miles per hour on that road that day. The gold truck at the time, I believe, was going 28 miles per hour. I guess he was going a little slower because he saw the green car fighting to get over to back into his lane. He had no problems with that. But it seems like the lady driving the white Kia behind that gold truck was not paying attention to the road. But like I said, let's hear him out.
On the left side. She come over and hit him.
Which 18-wheel were you driving?
The Rebel. Right there.
So the Charger, I guess, passed you up?
The Charger beeline, it was cars behind me because I'm taking my time.
And the Charger passing all these cars in this
everybody.
lane? And so almost hit this one head on?
No, he almost hit this. It was a gold truck. I got his number right here. That's why I took his number and his name.
Almost hit the gold truck head on?
Yeah, that's his number and phone number and name.
So the gold truck, what did the gold truck do?
The gold truck in his area right here.
The gold truck slams on his brakes.
Slams on brakes to stop the Charger. The Charger swerves back in.
Okay.
Cut somebody else off, whoever was behind them.
Okay.
But then they slammed. They was no. The Charger.
As soon as he said no, like that.
Well,
as soon as he starts sounding like this,
you see that no one is behind him in the video.
Right, but all right.
So he said somebody was coming
he
behind him.
In front of
right, but obviously their investigation is going to go off witness testimony as well as those cameras. And then when you see him, he gets back into that lane, and then you hear the crash so suddenly. It does seem like he is the cause of that accident, right? This is just, but as far as this witness goes, and it seems like a lot of what the state is charging Kyren with is going off the testimony of this guy right here. Just listening to him is telling me like, oh, hold on, maybe I need to as if I'm going to prosecute this case or investigate it, I need to rely on the black box data from the car along with these cameras, not necessarily this guy wearing a Houston Astros
they should know that
T-shirt.
Because as police officers, they should know that.
I totally agree with you.
I
totally agree with you. Also, but listen, but if we're going to look at it from a police officer's point of view, listen how many people he has talking to him. He's got a whole bunch of stuff going on around him, and he's just trying to gather as much information, and it already seems to him, because everybody's pointing, saying that this guy driving this green Charger caused this.
Slammed on brakes, and by this time, Mr. he slips through, right?
Okay.
As he slips through, she's coming. She like to ram the back of the gold truck. That's what I'm saying.
She almost hit the back of Miss.
Yeah, Mr.
Was Miss truck hit?
No. He was missed.
Okay.
And the police officer asked a good question right there. He said he was missed, and that right there would have caused me to be like, oh, okay. Well, let's see if we can get some cameras in here and see what really happened.
So the truck, Mr. He slammed on it.
All
right, let's see. I think let's see what the lady has to say.
So what does this car do? It just swerves out the way to avoid.
So because I was watching it too.
She turned the wrong way. Yeah. Instead of going towards
you hear that?
she turned this way.
Yeah.
Okay, so she turned this.
She turned the wrong way. Right then and there, boom. That's what caused the accident.
Right. That's what I
now she turned the wrong way because the green car was on her, and
she got scared.
Yeah.
She got spooked and went the other way because she said, "Oh, he's gonna hit me."
Right, Evelyn, and we're gonna
Play,
see
and then this car was just coming.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yes. And then the Charger came. He almost hit me.
All right.
One of the only ones that
Okay, look, I know it's hurting right now, but do you think you could just tell me briefly what happened? Or do you remember?
I just know the truck was stopping on brakes. The other car was trying to pass the other car. I was trying to dodge by not hitting them by coming around.
Okay. Do you remember how fast you were going?
The speed limit.
Yeah.
Okay.
39.
Thank you.
While on scene, the investigating trooper obtained written and recorded statements. The trooper also spoke with additional witnesses via phone and ultimately obtained written statements later in the investigation. After the crash, the passenger in the Kia Sorento died. As part of the continued investigation, the investigating trooper made contact with the driver of the gold truck at a later date to obtain an official written statement based on previous conversations. Troopers also received an additional witness statement describing the erratic driving behavior of the green Charger 10 minutes before the crash.
All right, let's see what the defense had to say to all of this.
Defense?
Yeah, the defense attorney. Defense.
One of the two most important witnesses in this entire case. We know now that 2.99 seconds prior to him pulling off the road, he was traveling 28 miles an hour.
Gold truck.
28 miles an hour. Now, you're going to hear his statement in a little while, and it's going to all make sense. But let's be very clear right now for the intent and purposes of what we're doing. There are two vehicles that we're talking about right now that are traveling north. The second vehicle in oncoming traffic, which is vehicle 2, their data says she is tailgating. She is 0.5 seconds at 49.6 miles an hour.
That's not the limit.
1.5 seconds before the crash. And you saw her data, 50.3 to 49.6.
Yeah, so she stayed at 49.6 until 0.5 seconds, and then
there's a variation of less than a mile per hour.
Yeah.
It's 0.7, I believe.
Right.
Which means
did she give any police?
Not only was she tailgating him, she was tailgating him and not paying attention. All right, let's go to this.
Lacy was illegally in the opposing lane, passing southbound vehicles. The gold
That's
truck
Lacy.
traveling north veered right.
He had passed the cars. He was back in his lane.
To avoid a head-on collision with the green Charger. As the
When you're looking at this only, it sounds crazy.
gold truck veered right, the driver of the Kia Cadenza saw the approaching green Charger. In reaction...
All right, so this is where the Ori Law Group shows the and. All right, so if you're looking up here, this gives you the time, the date. They said a later date, I believe. Oh yeah, it was like 5 days later. the same officer, because you can tell because he's wearing the Axon body camera 4 in the first video where he's talking to the witnesses, and this is also the serial number that he's using. So it seems like it's the same officer. You can also identify his wedding ring and his watch that he's wearing in both videos, that it's the same officer, and now he is going to our infamous gold truck guy. Let's hear what they have to say.
Alright, sir. So, look, don't worry about filling any of this top information, like your name, address. Don't worry about any of that. Just right here, if you could, I'll just have you write exactly what you saw. Just make sure to include, where you were.
I don't even know what the name of that highway.
It's Highway 20. Highway 20. That you just.
All right, maybe my wife gonna fill out right quick.
Okay, just make sure you add in there that you had to slam on your brakes, and the brakes, you had to slam on the brakes to avoid that charger, and the brakes locked up to avoid that charger. That's.
Remember, he had to slam on. He's telling him he had to slam on brakes to avoid the charger. We just heard the black box information coming from that gold truck, and he was going 28 miles per hour. Slamming on brakes for what?
The cop is instructing him what to write.
The cop seems like he's instructing him to what to write.
He's instructing him, yeah.
Let's finish this. I got some thoughts about this.
That lady in the back of me, she didn't know what was happening. That's how she called that record. She was running in the back of me. She pulled on the other side.
You hear it? He's just saying. He's like the lady calls that wreck. She was on his butt behind him, and then she pulled on the other side. Ultimately, they're going to charge her with a citation. She doesn't get any vehicle homicide charges or anything close to what Kyren Lacy got. You know what she got? She got failure to maintain lane to going over left center of the lane. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the center of the lane would be the center line in the lane, right? If you are always traveling on the right side of the road to go where you're going, and now you are traveling left of center, what are you doing? You are now traveling into oncoming traffic. I'm so smart. But this is big case because gold truck guy has missed. We find gold truck guy. There's a couple of little shady things that goes on here, even before he gets to interview him, that the attorney points out, such as his body camera being on, but the audio being muted. Seemingly, he may have already talked to this witness before walking onto his property. That's kind of what it seems like. Because even the way he greets him when he first pulls up on a property, it's like it wasn't like, hey, I'm officer blah, 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 and introduce. It was just like, okay, let's continue this business.
Well, he got his phone number from the truck driver, so
right.
He probably spoke to him on the phone.
Right, and I believe that's what happened as well. Yeah. But I'm saying, if he was on the telephone talking to him, he should have had his body camera on and the audio on. Just to record. During the phone call to record the call.
Well, they record the phone calls. So I'm sure they had that. They probably just didn't have it here.
I don't know, because officers do use their own cell phone sometimes, or officer, the police issued a cell phone, and I don't know if they all have recording devices on them like that.
I was assuming that he called from the office.
Okay.
Assuming, but I don't know that.
No, I'm saying he had it on 4 minutes before he even gets out of the car. So I'm thinking he's talking to him while he's in the car about that.
Oh, I figure he would talk before, like maybe even another day.
Like, hey, I'm coming over to see you today.
When can I come see you? Like, that's what I'm assuming, but I don't know.
So, but the charger was coming right at you, correct? And that's why you had to slam on your brake, the head on with you. So yeah, just make sure you include that, and that's very important because we're trying to locate this charger right now. So just include that in the statement, and I'll read it over, and then I'll be out of here.
Now, even before the attorney says anything, because I don't think the attorney is going to say anything to what the point I'm getting here. All right, we already seen this officer. He was taking information from the witnesses earlier during the time of the accident, right? I don't understand why this officer would go and try to instruct this guy to make any other statement, to make any type of statement. I don't know why that would be in the police officer's personal interest for this man to, write on the paper that it was the green Charger.
Because he already had stories from people. He already came to his conclusion. He said, Well, according to everybody, it was the green Charger, so it must have been the green Charger, so it is the green Charger. So he already, coming from someone that watches a lot of shows.
Possibly.
Yes,
and you
they already draw their own conclusions, and it's hard to prove them out of that, prove them wrong.
Exactly. Or it's 5 days later, and maybe the prosecutor has already gotten a hold of the case.
Well, the
And
prosecutors,
the prosecutor says, like, hey, I need this bit of information from this guy.
I was gonna say the prosecutors won't even look at anything unless you have enough. So, as the investigator, you have to have enough evidence to bring it up to them to give, so they can produce charges against the person.
Right.
So, in order for this cop to have enough, he needs this man to write, yes, the green Charger is the one that caused you to break. So they're guilty. So in order
so go get me that evidence.
Exactly.
That's what I was trying to make.
Yeah.
I mean, whether like we're agreeing right now or disagreeing, we both agree that something effed up went along lines here, either with the police or the prosecutor.
I think the investigation is being right now. It seems to me, and like I said, I watch a lot of these shows.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to me it's being one-sided. The conclusions were already drawn, and he wants to prove that point. That's what I'm seeing now. You know what I'm saying? I don't see. I'm sorry. I don't see like a true investigation.
Right.
I see like I just want to prove that this
he
car
did
did
this, and I want to close this case up
Yep.
and keep it moving.
Yep.
You can clearly hear the suggestive nature indicating that I need you to say that you had to slam on your brakes and you had to avoid a Charger.
Okay, just make sure you add in there that you had to slam on your brakes and the brakes, like, you had to slam on the brakes to avoid that Charger and the brakes locked up to avoid that Charger.
But then you hear Gold Truck, the witness who's the Gold Truck, what he says. And he says verbatim.
I ain't skid mark or nothing. I wasn't even going fast.
He didn't skid mark or nothing. He wasn't going fast. Because we already know, and he's not lying, he's going 28 miles per hour. Which is fast if you're running on feet, but if you're driving in a car, it ain't nothing.
That lady in the back of me, she didn't saw what was happening. That's how she called that wreck. She was running in the back of me. She pulled on the other side, and that's not it.
I didn't skid marked or nothing because I wasn't even going that fast. That lady in the back of me, she didn't see what's happening. That's how she caused that wreck. She was going to run into the back of me, and she pulled into the other side.
Clear as day.
Clear as day.
He obviously saw everything. She couldn't
There's
say
a
any
bigger
details
problem.
because she didn't see it, like he said it.
I then obtained the actual written statement.
He's in a pickup truck, so he's sitting high, and he can see everything. You can see that, okay, this guy is getting back into his lane. Let me just slow down so he can get
this
in.
is from the Gold
We see
Truck.
that all the
This
time
is the
when you're
Gold-
on the road. You see somebody making a long, you're like, oh, look at this a-hole. Let me slow down and pull a little bit to the right so he can make it his lane. And we don't kill everybody get killed on here.
Also, if you see someone coming speeding up behind you, you're like, he was going 20-something, she's going almost 50.
Exactly.
It's a big difference, so he probably was paying attention.
Right.
Because he's like, why is this lady coming so fast at me?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, that's obviously
Like,
immediately will catch your eye.
I know
as a
me.
driver.
Shit.
Exactly,
I drive in my rear view now ever since getting rear-ended by F-150. That was not a fun day. My back still hurts every time I say F-150. Ow. F-150. Ow. F-150. Ow. It's crazy. Oh, let me see if I can find it here. Let me see if I can just... Oh, this might be it. All right. So, hold on. This is where...
That lady in the back of me.
All right, I'm gonna take off this closed caption just so you guys can see. Look right here where my caption, first of all, I don't want to be stereotypical or sound like a jerk right now. But after all of this, he signs it refused. The guy in the gold truck signs refused. Says highway green Charger coming head on, passing multiple cars. Nobody, the way he sounds when he's talking, he does not sound like he writes like this.
He said his wife was going to write it, though.
So, okay, his wife writes it. And it seems like his wife wrote exactly what the police officer said to write. And he said, F that wifey, I'm putting refuse.
Yep.
Sign this. Just sign this and get this over with. Out shopping north, the Charger was taken south in the wrong lane. Refused.
Yep.
Huge. Huge. Gold Truck is no lie a hero to me right now. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, It does not take much to be a hero. It does not take much to be a hero. Just don't lie. Just don't lie.
Just don't lie.
Just do not.
It does not take much. Just don't tell the truth.
Do I think those other witnesses were out there trying to lie and get somebody in trouble? I don't think so. I just think that eyewitness testimony is not reliable at all.
Absolutely not, and that's been proven many times.
Historically, scientifically, we have proven that eyewitness testimony is.
I mean, they have made so many tests where they have 5
cheeks.
different people watch the same exact thing, and every single one of them had the same different
and
stories.
Get something out of it.
Different stories. So yeah, eyewitness accounts are not always very reliable.
Oh,
but
man.
they can find someone guilty. I mean, we've seen that.
That's what they
will
want to
find
do.
someone guilty, but you have to have a lot more of their evidence in order for, it's just basically the cherry on top. But just witness accounts are not necessarily going to win you, a conviction. That's not always the case.
There is one more piece of evidence that I want to show in this video. So they go back and they interview vehicle number 2, which is the white Kia Cadenza with the lady who broke her ankle. They're interviewing her. I'm just trying to get the time stamp right here. I had them on my notes, but my notes are discombobulated. If I can't find the video, the timestamp to get to the video right away for you. I can paraphrase exactly what's happening. I just rather you hear it from the. Yeah. All right. I think it's around here, actually. That's what it looks like. Yo, y'all are going to trip out when you hear this craziness.
The data. And I'm learning some new things here. So the 75, the steering input at 75 to the left.
That's correct.
Any indicate that, I would guess 75 on a scale of 100, that's a pretty hard turn to the left.
It's a very hard turn to the left. The gold truck, the lead vehicle in oncoming traffic, who, by the way, is probably one of the 2 most important witnesses in this entire case. We know now that 2.99 seconds prior to him pulling off the road, he was traveling 28 miles an hour. 28 miles an hour. Now, you're going to hear his statement in a little while, and it's going to all make sense. But let's be very clear right now for the intent and purposes of what we're doing. There are 2 vehicles that we're talking about right now that are traveling north. The second vehicle in oncoming traffic, which is vehicle 2, their data says she is tailgating. She is 0.5 seconds at 49.6 miles an hour. 1.5 seconds before the crash. And you saw her data, 50.3 to 49.6.
Yeah, so she stayed at 49.6 until 0.5 seconds, and then...
There's a variation of less than a mile per hour.
Yeah.
It's 0.7, I believe.
Right. Did she give any police report or anything?
Oh, absolutely. So,
listen to
let's
this.
Talk about that a little
bit. We will. This particular individual, and for purposes of this report, I'd like you, Morton, this is page 9, if you could follow along to make sure I'm not misquoting a single thing.
All right. Follow along too. I'm on shit, getting clicks.
I'm looking at the investigative report of the district attorney's office.
Mm-hmm.
And then here you can see this is their investigator looking at vehicle 2 statements, and now he's analyzing.
He's analyzing.
He says, upon reviewing the body cam video of the trooper from the scene, the following statement was made by, we'll call her vehicle 2, right? Mm-hmm. I just know the truck was stomping on brakes. The other was trying to pass the other car. I was trying to dodge by not hitting him, by coming around. When the trooper asked how fast she was going, she replied the speed limit.
We heard that.
He next says, I reviewed the recorded interview and the written statement from vehicle 2 while she was in the hospital on January 3rd, 2025. Below is a synopsis of that interview. And at very first it says, all I can see is that a car is coming this way and the car in front of me. Right before the crash. I'm looking at the pickup truck in front of me. That's all they see for the moment. I'm eating my Funyuns. I got in the middle of my lap and I'm driving. I'm listening to my music. All of a sudden, I see the car get in the other person's lane.
That's a lie. I mean, yeah, she was eating Funyuns, listening to her music. Yeah, everything she said was the truth. There was, it's either I run him over, get out of the way, whatever. Trevor swerves, looking left, slows down. It's either I run into him or get out of the way. Then the other car just comes and slams into me. Hold on. All of a sudden, I see the car getting out of their person's lane. The way she was tailgating that gold truck, she wouldn't have been able to see behind it. She wouldn't have been able to see anything that's going on. I feel like she just got some after information and worked that into her story. What we do get out of it is that she was tailgating. That's what the evidence tells us. She was tailgating. She was driving heavily over the speed limit and tailgating while, and she adds herself, eating Funyuns and listening to her music. Ladies and gentlemen, in the chat, please join in, because I need to know.
Is it legal in Louisiana to eat and drive?
To eat and
All of a
drive?
Because in Jersey, you can't.
I'm not sure. Let's look it up. Is it legal to eat and drive in Louisiana? Great question.
Because that automatically will.
She's eating
would
some
be another.
Funyuns. I get it, because
she's
I got some
admitting to
Funyuns in
eating
here right
Funyuns.
now.
I
I
used
lose
to
my
love me
mind.
some
Yeah,
Funyuns.
man, I love them now. I just had me a pack yesterday. I still got a pack right there in the snack bin. Let me tell you what, when I eat a Funyun, I go to another place, and that's just where that lady went. She went to a whole nother place. Munch.
You're so salty though.
Oh my God. Matter of fact, can you pass me a bag of Funyuns right now?
I really don't want to get up. Do you see how comfortable I am?
Lady, see, the audience can see how my wife treats me. I'm making just a simple request for
You
Funyuns
just ate a
and water.
cheesesteak. What do you mean?
Now she's telling all my dirty secrets. Hold on, stop cheering. What are we cheering about? You better get right. She did eat all. She gave some wings. You gave some wings away though. All right, so basically, that's what I got for you. As we can see, there is a lot of inconsistencies going on. I have a problem now with either the trooper going out there and trying to get a person to change a story, or whoever sent them to try to get another story. I have a problem with that lady in the hospital talking about she was eating her Funyuns and listening to her music, and at any point in time, do you think she lays her head down at sleep at night and be like, oh my God, I killed the man? Because we all learn, even in driver's ed, if you get in trouble, you don't ever pull into oncoming traffic. You don't ever break the left, not unless you can actually see. You don't just. Right. Oh, it's coming up. Short answer is yes. Eating while driving is generally legal in Louisiana. Longer answer: there's no statute that bans eating or drinking at the wheel, but if it makes you drift, speed, or cross the center line, you could be cited for careless operation. So she should be catching a couple extra charges right now. That's just my opinion of the game. Obviously, this case is still in the courts, and obviously, because the Louisiana is sending that type of video over to news stations throughout the local area, it seems to me like they're still pursuing that case, which is just insanely trash.
But he died, so how do you pursue it with someone that's dead?
All right, because like ultimately, Mr. Hall died,
so
right?
It's a civil case.
So it can end up to be a civil case.
So right now is a.
So right now, I think they were still pursuing like a criminal case there.
But against a ghost?
A ghost, yeah. They just released that video.
Because my question is, what is the point? Is the point of releasing it? Is the point to close the case, to get more information to close the case? Because obviously, ultimately, they can't charge him with anything. He's dead. No one's gonna do the time for him. No one has to do anything. I mean, that's just the way it is. I can see a civil case if he has money. He has a state. They can sue the state, and the state has to pay for it. I can see that. But as far as criminal, I'm not sure.
And you make a good point. So say if they're not, and I'm asking right now if they're still trying to, if there's a statement or if there's a case closure here, they did just release all of this information to local news stations, and they're releasing it with the same information that I'm giving to you, because I'm giving you two videos. Both videos have the same information in there. You just have one that's from the Louisiana State Police's perspective, and you have one from the defense attorney. but we're still getting the same thing. We're seeing the same videos, we're seeing the same documents and everything like that. They are saying that Kyren, the state of Louisiana is saying that he is responsible for that accident. Now, maybe they released it recently because, you know, a lot of people are up in arms with him, you know, committing suicide when it looks like he was, you know, not guilty and he was actually innocent. It also looks like, you know, the police tried to
frame him.
Frame him up.
Absolutely. I'm going to tell you how it worked. Well, and this is from, like I said, from my experience. The thing is, when there's a case like this where there's a lot of media coverage and a lot of people there's an uproar, they have to find someone guilty. So in this case, we don't have a camera angle where we can say concretely, this woman is the cause of the whole thing. We don't know that. So what they're going to do is, we can only see this car. And yes, he did this. And because of this, she did that. But we will never prove that she was the main culprit. So what we're going to do is we're going to blame it on him because we're going to have everybody else come into court. This is the way the prosecutors look at it. They want to close the case immediately. They want to find someone guilty. And if that takes even saying, because yes, we do know that they can close the case and say, hey, that person did it and that they're found guilty and they record it. He won't get charged. No one will do time. But like I said, ultimately, they need to close the case. Once they close the case, then the civil suit can come on. And yes, maybe that's the ultimate motive is to get money for this family, for the person that died family, and perhaps the other lady, you know. Ultimately, that may be what they're trying to do, but they want to close the case. Even if it takes to blame, they got to blame someone. And right now, to them, it will be easier to blame him because in their eyes, we got more evidence against him than if we go for her. We don't have any other witnesses saying that she did it.
Right.
We don't have, although we do have some evidence that we could say, but it will not be enough to blame her. So this is the way the prosecution looks at it. It's not.
Oh man, now you're messing up the show right now.
No, I'm not messing up the show. I'm telling you
let me tell you how you're messing up the show.
At this.
You're telling me, the way you mess up the show is because I wanted to ask everybody in the chat, hey, chat, which song do you think she was listening to when she took a man's life?
Oh my God.
But now I gotta ask a more serious question, though.
Yes. We will blame a person that may not have anything to do with it because we may have more evidence.
My question would be, if this ultimately does go to court, because honestly, the DA has not accepted the charges for prosecution, and they know that the case was headed to the grand jury, but with Lacy's death, there's no defendant and no prosecution. So basically, they said that they have submitted this video just yesterday because it's about transparency, and they're trying to rebut the defense narrative, but it's not going to revive a criminal case. But still...
But
we got
in the people's eyes, they are trying to say, they're lying. The defense is lying. It really was his fault, and this is what we're gonna do. Although there's all this other evidence that proves that he was in the wrong also, but he was not the person that caused the actual accident. But they don't have enough evidence to charge her. So, but they do have to have, there's got to be a close to this case. You know what I mean? And that's probably the route that they'll go. It was his fault. It is what it is. We can't charge him.
So, quick question out of that. Do you think the defense attorney lets this go?
Absolutely not. The defense attorney, especially now that he died, I think it's an ethical thing to him to be like, my client never did this. And although I'm going to tell you, and we know the criminal justice is very crooked, and they will never admit that they're wrong. So he will never get them to admit that they're wrong. The only way to admit that they were wrong, it would be to win the case in court. And that's not going to happen. But they will still have, people out there saying, oh, well, you know what? He did it, although he's dead. And we'll never know
We know. There's always going to be a set of people that, no matter how much evidence you prove, they're still going to be what they're saying. Exactly. Battle of the Vans, ladies and gentlemen. Wednesday night, we just talked about Kyren Lacy. I believe he's innocent. Love, you believe he's innocent?
I do. Absolutely.
Let me know. Let me know in the chat. You believe he's innocent? Do you think he's guilty? Do you think that the prosecution still has a case after this little bit of evidence that we gave you? And I'm talking about, I gave you about maybe 5 minutes of talking total with the defensive side. He's got 44 minutes of interview that he's giving this guy.
He has a great case.
I think he has an excellent case. So let us know in the chat. Let us know in the chat.
It's unfortunate that this kid took his own life over something that he probably would have came out on the good side. To be honest with you, I'm
He
looking
would've
at it.
probably
It really
came
would
out-
have, yeah.
Definitely, he would have been
Yeah.
vindicated.
Yeah.
He would have been back out on that field doing his thing.
Absolutely.
Just very. It's a tragic situation
really
all
is.
around. You know, a beloved figure. The community loses his life. You know, an up and coming future superstar hopeful loses his life, and this lady dropped a good bag of Funyuns.
I'm telling you, they're so dry. That's why I don't like them no more.
Yeah, they do. They cut. Yeah,
They're kind of dry.
They cut my gums. I'm not gonna lie.
Dry and salty.
Kiki's like, y'all want some? I'm like, yeah, don't take the Funyuns, but she can take them. All right, back to drum riff, ladies and gentlemen, and then we will slide into honestly, we do got some things to talk about. See, usually, like on a subject like this, you would rush me through it, like, yo, we're spending too much time on it. But I thought it was such an interesting case.
You know, this is my
to
favorite
end.
thing to do is
It's to
investigations. Are you
investigate
kidding
cases.
me?
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, that's what she does. Believe me.
Any criminal investigation, I'm all in it.
All right, can we and let's talk about this criminal investigation. You know who I want to talk about? I want to talk about Ayesha Curry.
Oh my goodness.
Now,
I don't know if I told you my take on this.
you have not told me your take on this. You have not told me your take on this. She went on a podcast called Call Her Daddy.
Very popular.
Yeah, very popular podcast. And she was talking and basically saying, she said that, you know, she didn't want to get married, or, you know, she didn't expect to have kids or expect to be married or expect to give up basic her life dreams once she got married to superstar NBA all-time great Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry, by the way.
Stop the cap.
And to be honest with you, Evelyn, I really didn't have a problem with her going on Call Her Daddy or whatever, and being vulnerable and honest and open about her feelings with her husband. I don't. I do, though. I do.
You have a problem?
This is the reason. I think that she should stop talking about her relationship, period.
I think
Like,
it's
if
a
she
matter of
wasn't-
interpretation, though.
I get it. And let me just give you my side of the things. She's already been on some things that maybe you may not agree that has been disrespectful to Stephen Curry. But we do not... Just quick starting out. Without Stephen Curry, do we ever know who Ayesha Curry is?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely. Is that a no?
That's a no. We're not going to know who she is. There's nothing special about her.
Oh, wow. There's nothing special about her?
The only reason why we know her is because of her husband. Yes, she has her own brand now, but it's because of her husband.
Because her husband. It's a brand that was built
exactly
by her
on her husband's back.
But it seems like
otherwise
like
I would have. She could have. We'll never know.
resentful.
But I highly doubt it. She would have. She doesn't come from a rich family. It's hard to make it as a black woman. You know, there's just a lot of different things that probably would have made it hard for her. So, yeah, I mean, we probably would have never known who she was. But on that same point, we're going to the point where people are saying that she's, you know, a bad wife, and I disagree with that. I think that she was giving her, when she was telling her, making that point, she was talking about her younger self.
Right.
Her plans in life. Most of us women, we didn't say, oh, you know what, I'm gonna have a kid.
Why does it have to be women? Do you think all men plan for their lives to be whatever their lives are?
I think women usually plan more than men, though. That's just the usual. Women more like to plan, and we romanticize everything. My life is gonna be so great. I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna have my degree. I'm gonna get a $100,000 job. And then I'm going to meet the love of my life. And then at 31, I'm going to have my first child. Maybe 30. At 33, I'll have my second one. And then we live happily ever after.
I like it.
That's us. I'm a woman, I'm telling you. And I'm not saying all of us.
Right,
but
right.
a lot of us are like that.
I think guys still have that. Maybe not to the degree or like.
Or at least they won't say. At least
pinpointedness.
you guys won't say it out loud.
But we got guys got a great idea of how they want their life and their lifestyle to be, and it doesn't always turn out, especially when you're married or you're having kids or everything like that, because now you're dealing with somebody in your life and you
can't just think about yourself anymore.
And
that's exactly how I took it when she said that. She said what she said, and I said, oh, that her plan was
Right.
this, and this. But then once the family started, things shifted. The importance of my plans went to the back burner, and then I put my family first. That's how I took it. Not, oh my God, I don't love my kids, I don't love my husband, I hate my life. That's not what she said. She said, like most of us, we had a plan, it didn't happen, so this is my life now. But at no moment did nothing came out of her mouth when she said, I hate my kids, I don't love my kids, I don't love my husband, I'm ungrateful, I don't want any of this life, I want to leave it behind, and that's it.
You're right. You're absolutely right. But I think she should still stop talking about her relationship.
I agree. At this point, she needs to stop.
She should have been stopped.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because people on the internet are very miserable, and they look at Curry as this big idol, and then they're like, "Oh my God, his wife is not perfect. Why isn't she perfect like him?" Because they expect her to be perfect.
No. That sounds like women talking. No. That seems like a woman's opinion about this whole situation.
Who do you think are most of the people
guys are
talking
looking at
online?
it. Guys are looking at it like this. Just like I just said, is there an Ayesha? Do we know Ayesha Curry without Stephen Curry?
I just told you no.
Exactly. So she should shut up. She should shut up.
So she can't be her own person?
No, it's not about her not being her own. Go be your own person, but go ahead and be your own person and leave your husband's name out of it then. Talk about your kids. Talk about what she do. Bake. She bakes and cooks and stuff like that.
When you listen
you
to
bake
that,
and cook and stuff like that, right?
When you listen to
but
that,
hold on,
she's talking about herself. She's talking about her plans.
Right now, it's like I'm talking to Pam Bondi. It's like I have Pam Bondi in studio, in Congress right now, and she's not answering my question. My question is like this: we do not know Ayesha Curry without Stephen Curry. 98%. I'll give her 2%. She just goes up and blows up on herself without anybody else's help and without even meeting her or anything like that. I'll give her that. I'll give her 2 pence. 2 pence.
Okay.
Saying that, knowing what we know in the past that she has said and done tacitly, which has made this man look down upon. People have made jokes on him. You don't want to make your husband the butt of jokes by your behavior. Would you like to do that?
Of course not.
And embarrass him. And maybe he may not say I'm embarrassed, but yo, you play in basketball, a very competitive league. Your wife is out there on social media saying that the lack of male attention is making her feel insecure, and she's mad because she doesn't have dudes coming in DMs and she's not getting any attention from you. And as a woman, you might understand the nuances of a woman wanting to feel appreciated and feel sexy and wanting to feel desired by everybody and everything like that. But that coming out of her mouth on social media is bullshit. Honestly, what do you think about?
You do understand that people, all
right,
especially them that have been through a lot, and they see so much online how people love him and then other ones hate them. Do you understand that most of us, and I think all of us, we should never allow social media to determine how we feel about anything, and that means your loved ones, your money, your cars, your house, the way you look. We should never, because there will be the ones that tell you, like me, I agree with her. What's wrong with her saying that? She's being honest. But perhaps it is to the wrong audience. So people are going to say, oh my gosh, she's being this, she's being that, she's this, she's a whore, she wants men attention. Oh. She had a vulnerable moment where she said, you know what? I've as a woman, I've always felt weird because I feel like men don't give me attention.
I got the clip right here. Let me play it.
That her husband.
Let me play it.
That her husband. People respect her husband.
Let me play the clip. You so passionate.
I think she's not wrong. I mean, I don't think she's all the way right, but she's not wrong.
First of all,
I have zero.
Good one. I know we're gonna have a good one.
Something that really bothers me and honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that, there are all these women, throwing themselves. But me, the past 10 years, I don't have any of that. I have zero, this sounds weird, but, male attention. And so then, I begin to internalize it. And I'm like, is something wrong with me?
You're not looking.
What?
You're not looking. You're not even.
But I'm going to tell you something else, too.
They just tried to save her. She's not looking. That was first of all, this is the red table talk we're talking about. These are some viperesses here at the Red Table Talk, led by Jada Pinkett Smith. Should I say any more? Led by Jada Pinkett Smith. Should I say any more? Are we letting Jada Pinkett Smith speak for womankind?
Absolutely not.
She even said it herself. It might sound weird. Thoughts, Words,
because
actions.
She was
That's what we learned from Charlie Kirk.
What she was saying was she was referring to all these other women.
What?
So she included herself in the conversation. Like, all these women get
No, she's talking about herself right now.
Right, and then she talked about herself. That's what I'm saying. She started talking about the other women that are getting all this attention. And she's like, whoa, is there something wrong with me? Because
I'm not getting any attention.
Because I don't, yeah, like as a
because
person.
I'm not having any DMs and nobody's going after me.
Right. So
that's stupid. That is dumb. Let me tell you what, that's dumb. First of all, her going on a red table talk was stupid. Was dumb in the first place.
Red table talk was very hot back then.
I don't care how.
Yo, the COVID time, so everybody wanted to be.
But it's hot for the wrong reasons, Evelyn. Yeah. Basketball Wives is hot, but is it hot for anything positive?
No, but a lot of people.
Is Love and Hip Hop hot for anything positive?
No.
I like when that dude hits the horns and everything. It's not good. It was a bad look for her to be up there. I'm sorry, I got her paused up there looking like Chipmunk in mid feeding, but damn.
Oh, she's pretty.
She is, but I mean that angle was not good for her right there. That's not a good angle for her. But she even said it was weird. I thought that was very disrespectful. Now Steph got to hear that from coast to coast. Every city he goes, he about to hit 3. He's got to hear that his woman's insecure because she don't got no dudes in her DMs, which is kind of a flex because you don't got no dude in your DMs. But you sitting there, you sitting in there at a red table saying, "Oh, I wish I had dudes in my DMs." The fuck out of here! Oh,
she didn't say that. You turning it like everybody else. She didn't
that
say
is
that.
basically what she is saying. She shouldn't have been at the red table talk in the first place, and she be having stop having therapy type questions out in public. Stop having those therapy type conversations out in public.
The problem is that you can have that conversation I can have that conversation as a woman with my best friend.
There you go.
The problem is you can't bring it, like I just said earlier, you can't bring it to the world because most people, especially the internet, they're so sick. They think that you mean it, that everything that comes out of your mouth is ill. And they wanna internalize it and bring out the ugly out of them and then say, you're ugly like me. That is what the internet is, Maurice. No, I don't care why you... Maurice,
I get it. Parts and everything like that. And first of all, it's Mo 3 times. We're on the show. So you know. She's disrespectful right now. She's being disrespectful. It's Mo 3 times.
No, but seriously, I think that it was the wrong setting. You should be honest, and you can tell your friends that. And she probably doesn't understand that this right here was not. It was not the place.
It was not the place.
And again, the Call Me Daddy podcast probably was also not the place. Because those are things that to your friend you tell them and they're not going to judge you because they're going to be like, you know what? You feel insecure. It's okay. You're just beautiful. Your husband handsome. You have a great life. And she's like, and she'll come to her senses and say, because we all have insecure moments. I don't give a shit who you are. You're going to have them. And she felt vulnerable at that moment and she was being honest. And her downside is being honest, and people don't appreciate honesty. People rather you be fake up there,
right,
flashy, and all about everything, and she's not. And guess what? People don't like it either because at the end of the day, people are gonna have shit to say no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, she should have learned by now that if I'm gonna go on these shows, I'm gonna just talk about when I'm plugging my business or whatever. They ask me about my family, everything's good, everything's okay. Give a cute story and keep it moving. Her bearing her soul to the world is not a good look.
Exactly.
Because first of all, if you're going to talk about the internet, it's not a miserable thing. But they're seeing a lady that is in such a privileged position, even though we know rich, poor, all in between. Everybody has problems. Everybody has personal tragedies and everything like that. But there's such a saying that, hey, I'd rather cry in the back of a Mercedes-Benz than on the bus. You know what I mean? So for her to sit up there and whine and complain and cheese and whine and complain about her miserable life when she has a superstar husband and she outwardly presents her family as having a perfect husband and perfect kids and her being like a such perfect little housewife, her bearing her soul like that is bullshit. I mean, does she deserve to speak your piece and speak your mind? Like you said, do it with your girlfriends. Hell, better yet, do it with a certified therapist. Straight up and down. That's things you tell your girlfriends. But
I think that the only thing she did wrong is just to tell everyone that. She should have that conversation with true friends that are gonna say, you know what, I understand. I know who you are.
I got one more for you.
And I know that you're just saying that because you feel you're going through a certain time right now.
Oh.
But on the internet, people don't know you. They don't know who you are. So they're
Ayesha,
making
I think
assumptions.
it's time
How about
for
this?
a drink. What do you say? Absolutely. Yes, we get to drink.
How about this?
Marcel.
What?
Women joke like that all the time.
Yeah. When you're with your girls at dinner breaking down Caesar salads.
Again, the wrong setting.
Exactly, the wrong setting.
Again. She must not have a lot of friends. I'm going to tell you the truth.
She
must not have a lot of friends. And this is where she thinks people are her friends.
That's trash.
Yeah.
So can you understand when a whole bunch of guys get on the comments and be like, yo, you, and when I'm saying, like, call me daddy podcast, like, I get it. It's like a setting, you're talking about womanhood and all girls and stuff like that, and it's cool. Even if she had it on this type of show and she was saying that, hey, I didn't expect my life to be like that, because honestly, she didn't say anything that bad. But when you label it with the, I don't get dudes in my DMs, world is me, to when Beefcake comes out with some mimosas, you're acting like you're taking off your ring and everything. We know we do that thing, but for millions, I don't know how many the girl chat gets. Maybe hundreds and hundreds, or they get more views than I do. That's all I can say. But for her to do that in a world where he's about to play the damn Portland Trail Blazers. They're letting this. Everybody's forwarding the same Instagram. Do you know how many times that shit got forwarded to him? Do you know how many times people went to Wardell and sent him that thing of her saying she didn't want to be married or have kids?
Okay,
I have never in my life.
Do you understand?
Do you understand? I have never in my life seen him say anything out of pocket towards his wife. He's never even said, marriage life is tough. He's never said that shit.
Most men don't talk about relationships, their relationship. But let me tell you this. What? And I'm not saying she's right. She should not have said any of that.
Is she wrong or right? Is she wrong or right?
She's not wrong for feeling how she feels. Everyone has feelings like that.
Right.
And I'm not saying that everyone wants to a new man.
Hold on. In all three situations, I would like to know, do you believe, is she wrong or is she right?
She's wrong for saying it there.
No, not for saying it there.
Oh, for what she said?
100%, black or white. Is she wrong or right?
What is the question? For what she said?
No, we're looking at, Evelyn, I don't know Ayesha Curry is mocking fake taking off her wedding ring with stud muffins around her if that does not get in front of cameras or out on the internet. I don't know if she didn't feel like her life was going to be the life, if she's leading the charm life that she's living that she didn't want. I don't know that if she doesn't go on and call me my daddy call me daddy podcast. I don't know that she's missing having dudes hollering at her and in her DMs if she doesn't go on the show doing this. She put all of this information out for public consumption. This is what she gave to us. I didn't go looking at this. I didn't go in her house. I didn't go interviewing her and say, hey, babe, what do you think? This is the shit that showed up in my algorithm. Is she wrong or right?
Well, my answer is she's wrong for saying it there. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen,
absolutely wrong for saying it there.
She's wrong.
Yeah.
She's wrong.
But like I said, the problem that she has is that she thinks that she can say it out loud. What she can say to her friends, she can say it out loud. So when you were talking about her husband, her husband knows her, and her husband knows that she's not a whore, that she doesn't dress naked and looking for men's attention when she's with him.
Hold up. We don't know what Stefan thinks about her because Stefan does not talk about his relationship.
What I'm saying is that
light.
He's still with her. So obviously,
we don't know even if they're still together.
Right, but also we don't know.
He could have been mad since 2019 and just they kept it together and they're just keeping it cool. But he's doing his own thing.
They just had a baby not long ago, so they're keeping it real cool.
Yeah, they could be keeping it real cool, and you could be like, and she's like,
my point is that listen, if one of my best friends they post her stuff online and they post all of this, but I have seen my friend, we have talked about it, I know how my friend feels and I know what my friend truly is, but this is the picture that the world has of her because everybody, and I'm like, but that's not really how she is though. She's a good wife, she loves her husband, she would never cheat on her husband, she loves her children, she's just playing around in certain cases. In certain cases, she's being too honest because she's telling the people the wrong thing. Yeah. But I know her because she's one of my good friends. So I know
how she
her
really
person.
feels about that. Yeah.
I know her person. So I'm not gonna sit there and say, well, damn, my friend's wrong. My friend's bad. She's a bad person because of this. Because I know her person.
Oh, so what do you do in that case?
As a friend, I would absolutely advise her against speaking out online.
Thank you. She should never ever do another. Yeah, and this is what I'm saying, because when I think she was talking about the baking when she did the fake taking wedding ring off, she shouldn't go on social media. She shouldn't be interviewed ever again without him being right next to her. It should be his interview, and she should be just chiming in.
No,
she should never be
no,
interviewed unless she's talking about baking or whatever. I don't want to hear. Evelyn,
I think she.
I'm going to tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to put my picture up here. This is going to happen again. This is going to happen again, everybody.
For her own sake, I hope not.
Let the chat. Do you think what's the over under on this? Ayesha Curry putting her foot in her mouth again. Maybe she doesn't have any friends.
Yeah, that's what I said. She obviously doesn't have any friends.
She don't got nobody.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to find true friends when you're.
She ain't cool with.
It's hard to find true friends, Maurice. When you're a regular person, you know you can count my friends with less than 5 fingers. So when you have money,
these are most people I talk to.
When you have money, I'm your best friend. What do you mean? You're my best friend, and I'm your best friend.
All right, go for it.
When you have a husband that's good looking, that everybody wants to be with because they would love to break your marriage. When you have money, you don't know who has the best interest truly for you. So she may not have friends because she may not want to open the door to strangers that may jeopardize her whole life. So she may not have friends.
All right.
And that is a true statement. That could be very much true.
Be true.
And that's why when she gets around girls, oh my God, I'm around girls. Other than my mom and my sister. And now I feel like I'm with these girls. I'm hanging out with them. And we're cool. And then she feels like she can be vulnerable and tell how she truly feels. And then it turns into this.
She's the one that starts off with the shots. And she takes shots and takes it to the max when she goes out.
Because she's hyped. She's hyper. She's with her friend.
Yeah.
Oh, these are my friends. Like, you don't understand the psychology behind this.
Yeah.
You know, that's possibly what could be happening with her.
It possibly could.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you what I possibly need not to happen anymore.
Her not say shit anymore. That's a damn fact.
Thank you.
And I am not disagreeing with you at all.
Yeah, like I'm not even I'm not a huge Steph Curry fan, but I'm a fan of my brothers out there. I'm a fan of my brothers out there.
Listen, yeah, these people are making great points in the chat. Go ahead, baby.
Oh, go ahead.
Finish your
I love my brothers out there, and if you got that significant other, I understand. You know what I'm saying? That's your heart and your soul. That's the person that gets under your armor. That's the person that can hurt you the most. You got to be really responsible with that. Especially, I got love in here, guys. You already hear half the stuff I have to deal with. You know, and vice versa. To be fair, even though
So someone in the chat, Devin Johnson, says Ayesha has an identity crisis, and it's true. Her parents were controlling, not allowing her to learn about herself. Not only that, but also she became a mother at a young age, where you basically have to, and she had a few kids back to back. So. She could have lost herself in that time. You know what I mean? And maybe never got to know herself. And now she, as an older woman, she's like, wow, this is what this was my plans. Maybe life didn't go. And, and we all go through that. But we grow up and you evaluate your life.
Like a fear of missing out.
Yeah. And perhaps it's like, oh, you know what? I this didn't happen for me. I love my life and I'm grateful to God for my life. But I wish this would have happened. And I think we all have those, I wish this. You know what I mean? I wish things were differently sometimes. You know what I mean? And perhaps that's what she goes through. And you know what I mean? And we don't know. Devin is saying, we don't know how she grew up. Her upbringing. How do we know that she was never able to speak her truth? How do we know that she was, she never had a voice in her family? Yeah. So perhaps now she's like, I'm grown. I can make my own decisions. I can say whatever I want, and no one can control me. Not even my husband. So I'm going to go all out.
We got a problem now.
Yeah. Claro's saying that she might learn from this one. I don't know, Claro. I don't have any faith in that she has learned. Because she can't learn from the other 2 times.
We will have this conversation again. And on the 4th conversation, I'm telling you, I will not be as diplomatic as I am.
And also, Devin is making a great point. She's got the spotlight. She will be back in some months. Some people love the attention, whether it's good or not.
It's bad, but
it's true. Let's think about it. A lot of these people get so consumed by the attention.
It's not good for Chef Curry. She messing up championships.
You know, but you know what? It doesn't always have to. You don't always. She may not care whether you agree or not.
Yeah, I know. Who cares? You know? Who cares? He's just making all the bread for all of them and
she
giving her the lifestyle.
Attention.
She needs to chill
Hey,
that
maybe
out.
her husband's
Actually,
not
you know
giving
what?
Hey.
Hey.
What?
That's quite possible.
Maybe
all
her
of this is
husband's not
quite
giving her attention.
possible.
And she's looking for somewhere else.
So maybe we should be turning this conversation towards Stephen Curry and telling him, yo, get your bitch in check. Yo,
Caro say, I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. Me too, Caro. I don't think there's a...
Of course you guys would, because you are
I don't think she did anything
ladies.
wrong. I think she did it in the wrong place with the wrong people.
And this is the third time.
And this is the third time.
And I mean, we're talking about a very famous person.
Some of us have wisdom and grow with it and learn from it. She has wisdom has not hit her yet. Let's just say it.
What are we going to say to Stephen Curry?
I feel bad. I feel bad for him because I don't know what it's like to be a man. And I always tell you this, and I'm not joking. I would never want to be a man. There's too much pressure.
That's amazing.
Being a man.
Because sometimes I tell you stuff about being a man, and you just kind of like.
But I would never want to.
And
whatever. I tell my
right.
husband that I admire him, and he probably doesn't believe me, but I do as a man. Like today, we had a whole leak in the house. I like to solve problems, but I called my husband. He was the first one that I said, "Hey, there's a leak in the kitchen. Come look at it." I don't want to be the person that my wife goes to me for everything.
Yo, because
I don't.
As soon as she came to me and was like, "Yo, there's a leak in here," I kind of rolled my eyes. I was like, "Yo, you so independent. Go fix that." That's what I said in my head.
But who's always next
you know
to
I gotta put this show
Who's
on.
always fixing things with you though? Evelyn, right here. Love is always sitting there. Watching videos, looking stuff up, trying to fix it. What do you mean sounds nice? It is the truth. If I can't fix it myself, I'm gonna help you.
She will.
I do.
Don't typecast me. I can spin a wrench, but sometimes I don't know. I do. I Google everything. You can fix anything, honestly. A little patience and some Googling. And I don't live far from Home Depot, which is a plus.
Devin saying Steph's doing right, honoring his vows, sticking to his wife, and respecting. I mean,
I can dig it.
Yeah.
But hold on, Devin. Damn it! If this happens again, I'm going to have different energy. I'm going to have different energy.
I told you already. Stop this.
Because
nonsense.
this is. I mean, honestly, I really didn't have a problem with the Call Me Daddy podcast. Right. Other than that, previously she's had these two huge ass faux pas.
But this is what social media does, though.
Mm-hmm.
They frame everything so that they can make a huge point out of probably nothing.
Well,
and they do this.
These two examples I gave, I don't think they were off from what we were pointing at. I think the third one. I think no.
They were relative to your point. I understand.
Oh yeah, these were great points.
But they don't make her her person. These things right here.
No.
Those do not say to me. They don't say anything about her as a person. I still don't know her. I still don't know her. She could be trying to be funny.
She tries to be like a girl.
Yeah,
she
like a girl's girl, like she's trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Every single
nothing
one
is
of them.
worse than when a lady tries to be funny.
That's
and
not funny, but they're not funny.
Oh my god, yo, you had a joke for me earlier today. What did you say?
Exactly. Maurice says that I'm not funny. I think I'm hilarious.
Sometimes
he doesn't think I'm funny.
No.
But whatever.
Yo, she said something like you be breaking pillows. You call me a breaker,
pillow breaker, and then I started. Let's break us some pillows. I started singing
my god!
And then you started singing.
It had me singing it. Bust up some pillows.
He just doesn't want to accept that I'm a funny person, and he doesn't want to give me anyway. This is why a husband and wife shouldn't have.
Many people know him as the JumpOut boys in their city.
I do.
A person I like that.
Yeah, this is type
but anyway.
Type of stuff for one.
This is I mean, she needs to shut up. At this point, let's just not talk. She can still go on shows and talk about whatever it is that she's promoting, but stop talking about your relationship. I think she should learn from now that your relationship should be sacred. Your husband does not, looks like you're disrespecting him, and it's not a good look for you as a woman.
It's not a good look. It's not a good look for you. It's not a good look for him.
Yeah,
I mean,
just let it be.
Go ahead, promote yourself, promote your business, say good things about your family.
Find other ways to be funny. Find other ways to be funny.
Yeah, not at the expense of your marriage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. I think we just came to a little consensus there. I like it. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody,
Look,
applause.
and Sherry says that she agrees with me.
in the house.
I just saw it. She agrees with me.
Right?
See? She agrees with me.
All right, which part though, Sherry, for do you agree
The whole
with?
thing. I'm gonna say the whole thing.
Like
the whole thing.
Like she could just be like, she needs to stop. But you are honestly, you see how it could be seen as disrespect. We don't want that. We don't. No guy wants to be joked on about his wife. Nobody likes that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nobody likes that. That's
Actually, I think obviously everybody wants their wife to be, like, respect your wife. People want to respect your wife, and right now people are not respecting his wife. So obviously, he probably doesn't like that. I'm sure he doesn't. But she's also given ammunition, so it's like you.
I just know Steph being there like,
lady.
damn, again.
Shoot yourself on the foot, lady. Like you're doing this to yourself. You're doing this to yourself. So she needs to stop.
Yeah. Like, yeah, chill out.
We have one more point to go over.
What more points?
I don't know. It's 9:20, but
like this. Oh, all right. All right. So the next thing I was going to talk about, really, we went long, and really, I'm vibing off of you because usually you're like,
I talk a lot. I talk a lot. Don't let me go.
No. This is fine. Because usually it's me talking, and you're like, yo, you're taking too long. We're doing segments forever. But I mean, Kyren, we got Van Jones and Van Lathan.
Yeah. I have zero idea what's going on with those two.
I did a show called Van Jones is a B word. Like earlier last year, just seeing on CNN pandering, going back and forth, and being too kind. I think the reason why I set up this segment was because I was talking about Van Jones and Van Lathan. We're all talking about the aftermath of Charlie Kirk, and Van Lathan had a great co-podcast with Tim Pool this week where they were talking about, all of this political violence going on, and it seems like everybody is basically losing their mind, and that and he was talking about black people in particular, and a lot of black people's response to Charlie Kirk's death. They were like, a lot of us were just like, all right, whatever, F him, because that's how I was. I was like, he's racist. Like, I'm not gonna mourn him. I saw him get shot, right there on my screen in 1920 by 1080p or whatever. And it was disturbing. I don't think anybody, and I'm tired of making disclaimers. But sometimes even making that disclaimer is kind of crazy. But no, I don't want to see anybody end up like that at all. But saying that, I didn't agree with damn near anything he said. For real. I thought he was racist. I thought he was a bigot. I thought that them lowering the flags at half-staff was pretty on point for the Trump administration because it goes against everything that is humanity and decency. I think them trying to build statues and have special days and make this man a martyr and some type of hero, that was totally bullshit to me. And it made me angry. And that's something that Ta-Nehisi Coates was talking about. That's something that Van Lathan was talking about. Like, and because they were talking to two white men that were, co-podding and, basically asking each other questions back and forth and interviewing them. Ta-Nehisi Coates was talking to Ezra Klein. Van Lathan was talking to Tim Pool, or is it Tim Miller? Tim Miller. And in both of those interviews, I'm not going to run footage because that'll take forever and we're over time right now. But in both of those interviews, what I saw was I saw two white liberal men, and you could see, and we're not going to call it racism, we're not going to call it bigotry, but we're just like the ingrained racism that is in America. Even when you're a liberal white man, that shit still kind of pours out of you because you've been indoctrinated to that. So when Ezra Klein is pulling up and saying that, hey, like this is a great time to come to, some type of cooperation with the right-wing conservatives and we can all mourn Charlie Kirk and everything like that, that to me felt not disingenuous, but it felt like he was just taking advantage of a situation to try to gain something for himself or people like him. Meanwhile, we had to sit here and be like, yo, these people are really treating this man like he was some type of American hero and not like the menace that he is. And they're trying to rewrite his life until to some point where he's like Jesus Christ now. And
he's in schools. They have little pamphlets about him in schools.
Not only,
in America.
I got it on my Instagram saved somewhere.
But they're fighting against Martin Luther King.
There was literally the same Black History Month Martin Luther King paperwork that you get as a kid, the little ditto, it has his face, you can color his face in and you answer him some questions. They had that same type of runoff or ditto or worksheet for Charlie Kirk with his image on there. And it was, to me, it was sickening. It was sickening because I've said it like it's people are like, yo, why do you always talk about Jesus not being a white man, or you saying, does Jesus look like Kurt Cobain, or saying that, listen, Elvis is not the king of rock, or Eminem is not the best rapper, because shit like this. Because 50 years from now, Charlie Kirk is going to probably, if it keeps going the way it is, Charlie Kirk is going to be so damn venerated. He's probably going to have a national holiday. It's probably going to replace Martin Luther King Day. Shit, it might replace Kwanzaa. Like the day after Christmas might be Charlie Kirk week. The way that we're going, Eminem might have in history. The Smithsonian, the Black Smithsonian Museum is going to have Eminem saying that he invented hip hop and Elvis invented rock and roll.
Was it September 14th or whatever? Whatever his birthday was, it was.
Yeah, they're already trying to make a holiday. You're going to be having parades. You're going to be having moment silences, and you're going to be eating grilling hot dogs. I don't know what is the food do you eat in September? You can still grill. You're grilling. It's still a grilling holiday for Charlie Kirk. And that is not what I wanted it to be, because this is the story where we could have really had a real conversation. We could have talked about political violence, the physical political violence. We could talk about the violent political speech, and we could have meshed those things together and got a great lesson out of it. But if you are not a MAGA Trump flag loving American, or anybody that is adjacent to that, then you probably felt like, what are we doing here with this Charlie Kirk thing?
I think they're on a quest to rewrite history, erase everything that we know that's the truth, and rewrite it with their own, their people. Their people are their heroes, and that's what they're doing. And they're doing a great job, because if you're already having Charlie Kirk in the kids' schools, and this is what children are learning, you know what I mean? So they're absolutely going hard at it. Absolutely going hard and saying you can't have DEI in schools. Not even Black history. They don't want Black history in schools. Right. They don't. So they're basically erasing what we know, what we have learned. The little bit of what do we get? Like a month of Black history, a month of
the
not even like
month.
15 days of Latino. You know what I mean? Or Hispanic heritage, like, or however you say the word, like heritage.
Right.
What we have now is. They're trying to
They're going to take everything
and take it over by their own history. And this is what we're going to teach, and this is what you're going to learn, and that's it.
And that's it.
You have no choice. So it's our responsibility as parents to teach them what the truth, because it's going to be gone if it keeps going this way. No, the kids are not going to learn it in school.
I think it's our responsibility as parents to not only teach them the truth, but make sure that their schools teach them the truth as well.
But the problem is that
our responsibility
because of the way things are shifting,
responsibility as parents is to shape the society in which our children live in. Not just your home life with that child, but the entire home that your child will be living to, which is society.
But also bring your children, bring it up to your children.
Yeah.
Like, why in February are they teaching you about Martin Luther King? No, they're not. Why don't you put your hand up and say, hey, how come we're not learning? And challenge your teacher. It's okay to challenge them. If they don't like it, I want to hear their response. Because then, as parents, it's on us to say, hey, go to those meetings and say, hey, this is what the agenda is, and my child is not being taught about diversity. They're only taught about this, but they have not heard of this. Why not? Answer my questions and bring it up in those meetings.
And a lot of times that history does not jive with the actual history of your culture.
Right.
Because they're telling two different stories, because there's a lot of when colonialism has a lot of shame in it.
They're
rewriting history is part of colonialism.
And exactly. And not allowing books about about what really happened, what they did to so it's a lot.
But the reason why we're having this Van Jones, Van Lathan whole thing is because of the way that people responded to what was going on with Charlie Kirk. For me, I felt threatened by the way they were trying to celebrate him. It was more than just being insulted or upset or angered or feeling like, hey, they're trolling, because I felt all of that too.
I was grateful to God that he was not
But
that it was not a black person, it was not a Latino that did it.
that
Let me
did
tell
it.
you something. It would have been real crazy.
I mean,
It would have been a different
we're taking
thing.
side missions now. But even with that, even when we found out it was a white guy, like they still called them bomb threats to HBCUs. They still tried to mess with black people on there because obviously
they wanted it to be one of us so
it's
bad.
It's kind of like you're looking for these 9/11 terrorists and you're going in Iraq to do it. It's kind of
they were looking for incentives to act out.
They needed a reason.
Yeah, to the anger to come out. They were trying to look for incentives and they couldn't find them, so they had to just stop it.
All right, so I said I was gonna do, but let me just
before you leave, can you give a like to the show real quick?
I wasn't leaving. I was gonna play a video.
No, but I'm saying everybody to go now before they
tell
actually
them to like,
end
share,
the show.
and subscribe.
Yeah, share, subscribe before we end the show.
All right, can you tell them to do it with like more energy?
Yeah, can you give this show a like? Just get out of the chat real quick. Give this show a like and come back to the chat.
Is that how you do it?
Yes.
That's
you have to
how
get out of the chat and go out, give it a like.
I'm a nerd. I'd be looking at everybody's lives on my computer.
Unless you're a computer, yeah. But if you're on your phone or your tablet,
you
have to get out of the chat and then go like it and then.
Oh, we took up so much time. But what I will do is I gotta play the Van Jones video.
Hey guys, I've decided I'm gonna do something, share something personal that I wasn't sure I was gonna share, but I think it's important. Charlie Kirk and I were not friends at all. In fact, the last week of his life, we were beefing hard, beefing online, beefing on air. But the day before he died, he did something that shocked me. He sent me a personal message, calling for personal dialogue, wanted me to come on the show. He said we could be gentlemen together. He said we could deal with our disagreements agreeably. And in the past week and a half, just watching people talk about civil wars and censorship and all this stuff coming out of his death, I just thought it was important to let people know, don't put that on Charlie Kirk, because the last day of his life, he was reaching out to have not more censorship, more conversation, more dialogue with somebody who honestly was one of his adversaries, me. And I just want to share that with the world. And I hope that maybe it might help somebody on both sides deal with issues more like he did. Hey guys.
You know what, Evelyn? I've come to the conclusion that I am a Sour Patch Kid. You gotta say it into the mic.
Why?
I feel like I'm a Sour Patch Kid because I can both be sour and sweet. You know what I mean? So when I see that, the sweet side of me harkens out to say, yes, brother. Damn, it seems like he was having that, when you get that light before death. He's sitting in that BMW looking into the camera. Tupac style, before he sent that text message on to Van Jones, who, if you look at the message, he did reply on the 9th before, that is kind of crazy to receive something like that. Yeah. But also, I would be remiss to be like, damn, Van Jones, like, why would you feel like that? And the reason why I would say that is because Charlie Kirk has a history, especially when it comes to inviting black people onto his Charlie Kirk show. For instance, these would be some of his guests. Let me present this to you. That's Officer Tatum. If you guys don't know, these guys are a little right wing. He's a officer who served a couple years and now he is a police officer. He got his fame by dissing Black Lives Matter and anything that black people do in society that he doesn't like. You know who this is. Dr. Ben Carson. Jason Whitlock. We know these people.
Yep. They all have something in common.
They all have something in common, and it's not just being black. Yeah, that guy. Don Lemon is outing people who are gay and because Don Lemon is a gay journalist, right? And he is against outing people. Outing is basically when you expose somebody's sexual orientation when they're not ready to have it exposed. and he is against outing people as a gay man. He's totally against it. But he has since changed his tune when it comes to Republican gay men living on the down low. He has been exposing them. Tim Scott is one of them. Yo, Don Lemon will out you if you're on there. He's gotten people.
Don Lemon is hilarious.
Lindsey Graham, who's the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. He's getting them. I don't know. I'm waiting for him to get Byron Donalds. Not yet, though. But these are the people that he had on the show. These are all of the black people he had on the show. I'm not skipping out on anybody. I'm not saying he had Michael Eric Dyson on his show. And then we were going to have Van Jones on his show. Like, what do you think he was bringing Van Jones? Van, what the hell do you think he was bringing you on his show for?
Okay, so one thing about Van Jones, though, that I always had a little apprehension with him is that he likes to side with the other side a lot. And it pissed me off many times, especially during the election. A lot of the views that he would go out there, I used to watch CNN hard during the election. That's when I did the show. And he used to piss me the hell off with a lot of the stuff that he said, because he wants to be friends with them and then he wants to be friends with us. And he was two-timing all the time. That's how I felt about him. I may be wrong.
Right?
I felt like he was two-timing all the time.
Right.
So so when he just said that about Charlie Kirk, like, you should be more like him, how? Because not in one of the interviews that I have seen, or any of the podcasts, or any of the comments that he's made, he was trying to bring anyone together. I'm sorry, he wasn't.
No.
Exactly
other than his fellow bigoted racist homies.
Right.
Yeah, and people who totally agree with his nonsense.
Bringing everyone together, I don't think so. So when he said that, be more like Charlie Kirk on that side, I'm like, no. I feel bad that the guy got killed the way he did. I'm sorry.
But I'm not going to pander.
But I'm absolutely
I'm not pandering.
We ain't going to forget.
Yeah, I'm not going to. There's no justice in
forget.
faking what this man was while he was alive.
Just because you died, if I have nothing nice to say about you, I ain't going to say it, because you're dead now. You can't defend yourself, but I'm not going to say anything nice.
Right, and also because
nice to say.
Van Jones might have a point. Maybe Charlie Kirk was turning the corner. Maybe he was.
We didn't see that. We never got to see it.
And that text message, you should have been like, listen, I am sorry for everything that I've ever said about you and your people. I would like to discuss and get back on board and get right with my life, and then I'll see you, Van. If he had that message, then yeah. Right now I can't. I really can't. I can.
To me, he just wanted to debate him and try to talk over him with everyone else.
Yep, and treat him like trash.
Yep.
That's what he was going to do to you, Van Jones. And then you send a video out to be united. This is how I feel. I always feel that we should be united up until this Trump. I gave everybody the first Trump. I told you guys what it was going to be the first time. Some people believe me. A lot of people didn't. We ended up with him. Then we got 2020. Thought, hey, we got Biden. We got a chance to maybe get out of this mess. And now we got him again. Yo, there should be some shit where you just can't go back from. And I think that's a lot of issues that we've had in America, especially with black people, because when we get after the Civil War, we had people who actually tried to succeed from the Union, tried to go to war with America, and if they would have won, then I don't know, I would be in chains right now, probably. Still, I would still be in chains. So.
And according to Charlie Kirk, you probably should.
And according to Charlie Kirk, I should be in chains. Yeah. And the thing is, after the Civil War, Union wins, we get Reconstruction, and then Lincoln's like, oh, we're going to piece it up. Guess what, guys? You're welcome back into the family. Don't worry. It's okay. You're going to do this thing. We're going to get troops there. They were supposed to keep those troops longer. They didn't. We see what happened there. We get a little KKK. We get the lynching. We start getting the segregation, all because somebody was just like, oh, you know what? Let's be unified together. Let's not stop these assholes out into oblivion. And that is how my attitude is right now, because I sense that we are going backwards, and I've been sensing it. And then we're getting to where people can be blatantly just bigoted, and then it's just ignored, and this person has been elevated to echelons above God after he died, spewing hate. So I can't sit here and be nice about it or anything. Me being nice about it is not saying all of the little curse words I want to, because I have decency and that man is dead. But for anybody out there mourning him and mourning his death, other than his, something's wrong there. Something's wrong there. And me right now, and I think a lot of other people, I'm not trying to be on no unity type shit right now. I don't want to unify these people. People are like, yo, how are you not talking to people because they voted this way? Like, yo, this is not a vote. This isn't George Bush versus Michael Dukakis. This isn't about this isn't like Mitt Romney versus Obama. This isn't about policies or how we want to spend government money. These are people trying to take your life, try to take your freedom, and try everything from you. This ain't no friendly politics. This is war, basically. You know, if you say that you are against fascism, then you are anti-fascist, which is short. With the short name is Antifa, and Antifa, you are a terrorist. So if you are anti-fascist right now, you are a part of a terrorist organization, according to Donald Trump administration and his Department of Justice, led by Pam Bondi. You know, so sitting here trying to be like, oh yeah, he's dead and everything, but let's be friends. That shit does not jive with me right now. And it doesn't jive with a lot of people. But I also say, because of my humanity, I have to sit back and be like, damn, like we do. This is where I say Sour Patch. My sweetness comes back. That sour is gone. And I'm like, yo, like what other way do we get through all of this but to be unified?
The problem is that I think a lot of us want to be unified, but then they don't want us here. They don't want to be unified. We're not good enough.
Yep.
We're not. When someone thinks you're less than, they don't think that they'll never come to your level. In quotation, they'll never come to your level. So as much as you try, this election was personal to me, because I could be sent back to my country. Literally, I could, because I'm not from here. They could just send me back. Although I pay taxes, I work my ass off in America. I graduated in college here. I naturalized. I'm legal. I pay taxes. I do everything.
That Donald Trump video played to welcome you to America as an American citizen.
Well, exactly.
Yep.
So, but I'm still not an American in their eyes. I don't belong here.
Right.
So, you know, ultimately, it is personal, because you don't want me here. You're telling me that you don't want me here. So this is not. It wasn't just an election. It wasn't just a vote. It isn't just political views. It's personal to me, because I am one of those people that are affected personally. I'm affected. So yes, I'm gonna take it. To me, you're shooting your shot at me. You're telling me I don't want you here. I don't like you. You don't belong here. I'm better than you.
Yes, I agree.
You know, and my fellow Latinos, you know what I mean? Everybody else that's affected. Everyone else. I don't care if you're Latino or not. If you're an immigrant and you're here, and you know, and people say you shouldn't be here.
Hold on, you don't even have to be an immigrant. We just saw in Chicago, they raided Chicago and they were locking up Americans. Oh, I got the video where the lady is. Oh
I mean, black ops running around all Chicago looking for people, arresting people. Literally, people being humiliated out of their beds in the middle of the night without clothes on, with a little small pajamas or a little t-shirt. I know, like.
Let's show them what we're talking about.
He took everyone and then asked questions later.
They just treated us like we were nothing.
Patricia Fisher says she came out to the hallway of her apartment complex on the corner of 75th and South Shore Drive in her nightgown around 10 Monday night, only to find ICE agents yelling police.
It was scary because I've never had a gun put in my face. They asked my name and my date of birth and asked me did I have any warrants, and I told them no, I didn't.
She says she was then handcuffed and released around 3 a.m. Fisher says she was told if anyone had any kind of warrant out for them, even if it was unrelated to immigration, they would.
By the way, they were standing outside of the Adam Clayton Powell Center, if anybody understands the irony of that.
Not be released. Citizen App video shows the chaotic scene overnight. Watson says budget trucks and military-style vans.
That's what I was
they
going
deployed
for.
ICE agents in the black community?
Yeah.
What the hell are ICE agents supposed to be in the black community?
Love. What are you talking about? The National Guard is now in Chicago. Against the wishes of Governor Pritzker. This is what we're doing now. So you can understand how my sour side is like, F all of y'all. I see what you're trying to do here. I don't know. I took history. I read about Nazi Germany. I read about apartheid. I read about slavery. This is how
Just humiliating people.
Democracy is dying before our eyes.
Creating chaos and trauma for these children that just
Right.
saw their parents being zip-tied. And even children, she said, they were zip-tied.
Right. And
How
Evelyn,
is that legal?
the only way we can fight this is unity. And look at my brothers are out here. My brothers are supposed to be fighting with me.
They're the ones doing
The ones that took the oath to uphold the Constitution, to uphold rights.
You know what the excuse is, though?
Yeah.
This is just my job.
We're following orders. Did you know that it's your job? It is your job as an officer of the law, as a soldier. It is your job. It is your oath not to follow any unlawful
Unethical,
orders.
right?
Unlawful orders. There's some orders that you got to follow that are a little unethical, but they are lawful.
As a person, where's
situation.
your integrity? Where are your ethics? This is just a job. So if your job tells you to go kill children, where's your integrity and your ethics? Oh, it's just my job, so I'm just gonna go kill these 10 children because they just told me to kill them.
I don't know.
What happens to that?
Yo, when you're getting,
I mean, you can go as far as that if you want to.
listen, when only thing you have to do is have a GED or a high school diploma, and you can make 6 figures with the overtime. And you have an occupation
And
that
now you got a big head 'cause
in
you got a
your
lot of power.
community is looked highly upon. This is what you have.
And now your head is huge, and you think you got a little power, and now there you go, power trip.
Yep, the same people who are oppressed, the poor guys that couldn't afford to go to college, couldn't afford school, can't afford these high-ass grocery bills. Excuse me. They took this job. And guess what now? They're locked into this job because guess what? I'm responsible for feeding my family. And guess what?
Make as much money
And my
nowhere
kids.
else.
And they need to eat. And they need to be clothed. And they need to do this. So I get to hide my morality and integrity by doing this
Behind a
for these kids while I'm zip tying someone else's kids butt naked 3 o'clock in the morning in this United States of
And then go to
America.
sleep like
In the
nothing happened.
heartland of America. They are doing this bullshit. So yeah, I think he's getting Van Jones is getting a little pushback. I'm not gonna play the Van Lathan video or anything like that, but basically this is what he's saying, and it's along aside the lines of Ta-Nehisi Coates. They were both doing the interviews, being interviewed by white men, and they were talking about the situation of black and the black perspective, and it seemed like they were being poo-pooed by their white interviewers who are also supposed to be liberals and supposed to be, and basically, Ezra Klein was saying that, hey, I wanted to talk to the Charlie Kirk people and make this statement so the other side can see that, hey, we're not so bad, and maybe I can get some of these guys on our side so we can win, so we can get our policies in place. And Ta-Nehisi Coates was saying, listen, I understand what you're doing there, but this is my humanity we're talking about, and I'm not playing any political games with that. And as black people, most of us, we don't play any political games like that. I can't be any of those 15, 16 people that went on that Charlie Kirk show. That's just not me. That's not in me. I can't do it. I refuse to do it. You can't give me any money. You can't promise me, oh, I'm going to get you 10,000 extra viewers if you talk this and if you stop talking politics or anything. That shit is not going to happen. And that's the difference between a Van Lathan and a Van Jones. Sorry that you guys couldn't get all the media that goes with the story, but that's the gist of it. And then I was going to talk about Pam Bondi, but really the Pam Bondi thing was going to go talk about when she was talking about Blumenthal and saying that, she was acting stupid up there over the oversight committee, and then he basically brought up Chicago, and I was going to run it into the story about Chicago that we just watched. The craziness that's going on yet again in the heartland of America. Any callers? Anybody in the chat? Anybody want to say anything? Did anybody give me any answers for what the lady was listening to when she took that man's life in Louisiana?
Ramit said ICE don't care. They sure don't.
ICE does not care. But I'll tell you who does. Me. Love does.
I think all of us in the chat.
Everybody in the chat. The JumpOut Gang.
Many people know them as the JumpOut Boys in their city.
And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Another Wee Wednesday, and it couldn't happen. There's no wee without you. We went over. We had a lot to talk about, and it's not done, which tells me that, hey, sometime during the weekend, maybe we can come back in here, kick it a little bit. I like Love in here with me because she does not back down. And it kind of makes me nice. I get to be nice. I have to be nice. I have to be held accountable for my words while we're on here because I'm talking with you. I don't want to put myself in the worst light, but we be going in sometimes with these debates.
So Caro says she loved the show tonight. I'm glad you loved it, Caro.
I did, because Love got to talk more. Get well soon, Caro.
Thanks everybody for listening. We appreciate it. It was a long show, but I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, please like, share, subscribe, hit the alerts because I like to bounce on there every now and then. And don't forget, we got a call-in line, 313-825-5557. Leave me messages. I like listening to them. I will give you social medias, but I probably won't respond anyway. I'm an old man and I don't do that. All right. Good night. Have a great weekend. I'll let this song play out because it jams. It does. I love this.
Come to see victory in the land goes by the sea. It's a day, shining day, all your dreams come true. It's so glad you started with the wind that's to fly away. Give a smile from your lips and say that you're free. Yes, I'm free and I'm on my way.